All right, we're on. Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, I'm doing another impromptu stream tonight because, well, I am bored as all fuck.
Hello there.
So,
Aren't we
yeah.
all?
So Ricky and Boss are here for this random ramshackle affair. For how long? I don't know.
Random Rammstein.
No.
Ich will.
Meow.
Ich will. Ich will.
My heart brennt.
Hey Ace. Hey Jason.
What's up? Oh,
So yeah,
man.
only 2 album reviews this weekend. Just goes to show you how freaking slow Valentine's Day weekend was. But don't you worry, don't you worry. This coming weekend, stacked with releases: Scour, Killswitch Engage, Hyrax, Sacrifice.
It's
I
gonna be
might
good.
I might check out that Scour album, even though I'm not a Phil Anselmo guy, but I might check it out.
Yeah, I might as well. So I'm pissed off because Kerry King came to Houston a couple of days ago, and I was thinking of going to see him live, and I was like, I have work, and I'm kind of saving up for, Swallow Sun in March. So one of my buddies that I've met in one of my shows that I've went to, he's from Dallas. He went to the Houston show, and he met the fucking Kerry King. He met Kerry King. And I was pissed. I was like, you motherfucker. I wish you could have gone to that show. I would have been like, I met Kerry King. And Levi would have killed me. Because I know how much you love Slayer.
Yeah, but I prefer Jeff Hanneman.
I know. God rest his soul.
Slayer's never been the same without Jeff. In my opinion.
It's like if if I would have met James Hetfield, that one you would have probably flown from Ohio to Texas, knock on my fucking door with a fucking axe. Here's Johnny. Go. Here's Leatherman. Go.
No.
You are overthinking these scenarios way too hard, Ricky.
It's the Ricky way.
That's fair.
But, so, talk a little wrestling for a little bit. So, yeah, I was at the Rumble, and it was awesome.
I know.
It was absolutely awesome.
You got to see so much cake.
Look at all that cake, pal.
But yeah, definitely when Alexa came out and came back, that was the loudest pop of the night. Holy crap, it was insane.
I also like the little jacket or little saying on her jacket.
Tribute to Bray.
That was really nice. And isn't she going to the chamber this upcoming month?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's going to the chamber.
She's in the chamber match.
Gotcha.
She's going to eventually join the Wyatts. They're teasing it.
I know my friend Kyle, who's a massive Alexa Bliss fan, is not happy about that because he's like, she should just be on her own. To a degree, I can understand, but she's too synonymous with Bray to not be in that.
Yeah. Group. Besides, I'm pretty sure they asked Alexa before, like, are you still want to do this? Do you want to do your own thing? For Alexa to be like, yeah, I want to still be a part of it. It's like how much, she appreciated Bray, because before Bray's passing, they were teasing her, Bray and Alexa again, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The only thing that really shocked me was that Becky not showing up. That one, but I think what they're gonna do, they're gonna save Becky to probably face Lyra, and they're probably gonna have a match at Mania. That's what I'm willing to bet
for the women's IC title.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind.
I called this too. I knew that Charlotte was not gonna face Rhea. I knew she was going after Stratton. And
I think everybody knew that.
I think everybody knew that one. I think everybody knew that one because between Rhea and Charlotte, they're kind of even. Charlotte won the Rumble once. She became NXT Women's Champion. Rhea won the Rumble. She became Women's Champion. They're kind of even now.
We're gonna get Rhea versus Io. It's okay. Hopefully.
Well, it's happening on the Raw after Chamber.
Raw.
It ain't happening.
You
at
can
Mania.
still set up the match.
I don't think they're gonna do it at Mania now.
Who's in the chamber? I know Bliss is in the chamber.
You
Bayley's
got Bliss,
in the chamber.
Bliss, Bayley, Liv. Hang on, let me look up the card.
I don't want Liv to win the chamber. Nothing against Liv, but we're done with the whole Liv Rhea thing.
So Liv, Alexa, Bayley, Bianca, Naomi, with one spot left, which I think is going to go to Roxanne Perez.
Your girl. Your girl. They're ready.
And then the men's chamber, so far we got Cena, Punk, Drew, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, and then it's going to be either Rollins or Balor. I think Balor's going to take the spot over Rollins.
I think
something's going to happen on Raw where something's going to happen and Rollins gets screwed.
Yeah.
Because you need 3 heels, 3 faces in a chamber match. I don't like when there's too many heels or too many baby faces in a chamber. You need to be half and half.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Logan Paul. God damn it.
Now, who's gonna win though? The men's chamber?
Cena.
Yeah, it's the most obvious choice. Cena, Cody, main event.
Hell, I'm seeing rumors now that if we are getting Cody versus Cena, it won't be a main event match. It'd be an opener.
Yeah, I was reading that too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind as the opening match for either night. You know, what a perfect way to
open the show when the crowd's at its hottest.
Yeah.
See, I've seen people say that instead of Cena and Cody, people are saying it's to be Cena, Logan versus Cody and Orton. They can do that.
No, that ain't happening.
No.
That is not happening.
When Orton comes back, I think he's going to settle things with KO first. After that, he's going to go after Cody. Because it's about time that Cody and Randy go at it.
Mm-hmm.
They've been teasing it for almost a year.
And also, we all know that Sammy's probably going to turn on Cody.
I don't know.
Because it makes too much sense that Sammy didn't mean to kick Cody. That means he's going to do it intentionally, and that's going to set up a feud.
Have you not seen Raw the past couple weeks?
Honestly, no. I have not.
Well, the reason why that ain't happening is because literally on the Raw after Rumble, they did the qualifier with Punk versus Sammy, where Punk won and then showed up and package pile drove Sammy. So
that can set up a ruse. I'm just saying, I've seen this one too many times.
You don't need to do a swerve with this whole thing.
So it's gonna be KO Sammy at Mania again.
No, it's KO Sammy at the Chamber.
True.
Because on SmackDown, Sammy wants to wrestle KO at the Chamber, and then KO said his response.
Yep.
And then
and they also just added. I didn't know this match was added to the Chamber card, but they're doing a tag match: Nia and Candice versus Tiffany and Trish.
Candice being in that match feels so weird. I don't know why. That feels odd.
Because she's teaming with Nia. They've been together for months.
And I'm not kidding.
Plus, there's the storyline. And they've done the storyline where Candice was really the one to cause the dissension with Nia and Tiffany. So
that is true.
Candice being the master manipulator.
Gotcha. Did any of y'all watch Vengeance Day last night? I did. I saw the results.
I saw parts of it because I was at work, but I am so happy because Stephanie Vaquer finally wins a title in WWE NXT.
Yeah.
And held the main event with Julia Bayley, Roxanne, and Cora. Was awesome.
That was awesome.
I'm shocked they gave the women the main event. I figured they were going to give
it was the bigger story heading into that show.
Yeah.
I mean, you were not going to put that triple threat with Obafemi and A-Town down on your last.
Yeah.
Could you have imagined? Is Yoshiki Inu. I have no idea who this guy is.
He's a guy
that
from.
teamed up with Briggs.
He came from Pro Wrestling Noah. They
Yeah.
pretty much put him with Briggs after they had a match together when Briggs went over to Pro Wrestling Noah last year.
Mm.
Yeah, during the little minor partnership between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems that we're getting some version of a Shield team that's got 4 guys. I don't know.
Retribution. I'm seeing more of a Retribution. I felt more Retribution kind of vibes than Shield.
Yeah.
Please
Which
don't
I
let
am
it-
wondering where that's going.
I hope it doesn't suck ass because Retribution fucking blew.
Retribution had potential at first, and then the whole Muhammad Ali thing
Mustafa
and all
Ali.
that. Mustafa
Muhammad
Ali. Mustafa Ali, and then COVID happened, so plans had to change.
Well, no, there was like 20 members, and then they just shrunk down to like 6. And then because
And it was mostly really good talent given shitty names.
yeah, let's give Shane Thorpe Slapjack and make him a shitty Jason Voorhees hockey mask. Let's give frickin' Dijak T-Bar. Let's give Dio Madden Mace. And
Let's give Mia Yim Reckoning.
I know, that was an odd one. I'm like, that's me again. You can tell by the hair.
Wasn't Mercedes Martinez like retaliation or some shit?
I think so, yeah.
That lasted all of what, 2 weeks, and then she said, "Fuck this, I'm out."
God, can't believe it's been like 5 years. God.
Dude.
And the only highlight of the group was Slapjack getting a U.S. title match against Bobby Lashley.
That was so random because they were trying to turn the Hurt Business face for some reason.
And the only other thing of note, them getting their asses beat by The Fiend.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that happened on a Raw, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
Again, some things during the pandemic just flew by me, and I saw all that. I'm like, I don't remember seeing that.
And here's the worst part too. There were some good matches that were happening in the pandemic, but it was just everyone forgets because of how shitty the COVID years were.
The COVID year and 3 months.
Yeah. Like, does anyone remember Bobby versus Drew from Backlash 2020? No one remembers that. Everyone remembers the fucking Viking Raiders and Street Profits nonsense that they did.
True. That was funny though. That was hilarious.
That was so stupid. Like, what was the point? Like, what was the whole thing where they put in a dumpster and like this weird tentacle came out of nowhere or some shit?
I don't know.
Oh, what the fuck? Like, they took a good feud I think they feuded on NXT before I think the Raiders went to the main roster, and they're doing this shit. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Oh
yeah.
My God.
Yeah, and also the releases. There was a lot of releases.
There were some.
All right, so to talk about the WWE ones, so Blair Davenport was one of the ones that surprised me, but then again, didn't really give her much of a chance, which sucks.
And she
didn't do anything. Like, she was in
other than a minor feud with Naomi.
Yeah, that was literally it. She was literally a placeholder.
Wasn't she drafted like a year ago? And they never used her.
Yep.
I didn't really find her interesting. At me personally, like, she was fine in NXT, but
yeah, she was great in NXT, and that goes to show that pretty much the moral of the story: don't call up people from NXT until they overstay their welcome. Which Blair, I think she still had a lot more to do in NXT.
She could have stayed for probably another few months before she got called up.
Nah, more like a year.
Yeah.
So maybe you could have gotten her the NXT women's title.
She was there for about, what, 2 years? 2 or 3 years? Because she came in, I think, in 2021.
After her AEW run.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just felt like she didn't fit on the main roster.
Not yet, at least. And then Isla Dawn. That one was a bit shocking because
Yeah.
he and Alba Fire were used pretty regularly last year.
We lost the gingerbread. Come on. That's not fair.
Which I guess makes me wonder, I guess maybe they're going to start doing single stuff with Alba Fire now, which I figured they would because of her background in NXT UK.
Oh, she was great in NXT UK, and then pandemic happened.
Kaylee Ray, yeah.
Kaylee Ray.
Let's see. Gallows and Anderson again.
That's like what the... That. I mean, I'm sorry to Gallo. That's like the fourth time he's been released.
Fourth time he's been released in his career in WWE.
I mean, here's the thing. I honestly forgot they were on the roster. Like, when they came back, it was fine, and then...
Yeah, to team with AJ to go after Judgment Day. That was
and then they were just there.
Then they were just back and forth between SmackDown and NXT and not really getting much done. But I will say... there are two options, I think, for Gallows and Anderson. Either go back to Japan or go to TNA. And then after
TNA before, yeah.
And after they do some good stuff in TNA, maybe they can be brought back to WWE again.
Yeah. But what's the point of bringing them back if you were just going to release them? That made no sense to me.
Well, I have a theory. It has happened before, and I have a theory on why some of these people got released, which we'll get to after a bit. But
was it an Austin theory?
Shut your bitch ass up. That's strike point 29999999999999999.
Just give him the fucking. Just give him the fucking third strike.
I'm gonna torture him for the rest of his life until he learns his lesson.
He used my shoot name when I pissed him off the one time. I'm like, "Are you shooting on me?" He was like, "Yes."
You bet your ass I am. But anyway, and then there was
Duke Hudson,
which doesn't shock me.
Yeah,
I don't think they were gonna do anything with him after Chase U was.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think they were going to do anything with him after Chase U broke up anyways, because really when you think about Chase University, you really only think about Andre Chase.
And Thea Hale.
Yeah. And Thea Hale, yeah. Duke Hudson was just kind of a third wheel.
Yeah, that feud with Grimes, I mean, it was stupid, but at least they gave him TV time. Like, it's just like they had nothing to do with him.
Yeah. Who else?
Authors of Pain and Paul Ellering again.
Yeah. That was.
I can understand Akam and Rezar being let go, but Paul Ellering, they could have kept him to at least
he could have been a backstage role,
like producer, or help out at the Performance Center since he's a legend.
He's not as young as he used to be. He's probably tired. I mean,
not in terms of wrestling, but like maybe do promo classes or stuff. Probably because he can talk. He was a great talker.
I mean, Paul was just there for a check.
I
love Paul, but he just didn't need to come back. And Akam and Razor.
We needed Rocco.
That goddamn puppet. But with Authors of Pain, I mean, they were cool in NXT, but once they got brought to the main roster, I'm a fucking rockstar spud. Why? For what reason? He contributed
and also taking Paul Ellering away from them, which again that was his choice, but still, Paul Ellering was what helped made the AOP good in NXT.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
that whole fucking Final Testament, whatever the hell, like that did nothing. Who did that benefit?
Yeah.
Not nobody though.
Cedric Alexander. Doesn't shock me.
Yeah.
No,
AEW.
Yeah, he's probably going to go to AEW to go with the Hurt Syndicate and get the whole original group back together, which I wouldn't mind considering. From what I've seen with the Hurt Syndicate, they are being used really well. I will admit they are being used properly with Ashley and Shelton getting the tag titles.
Yeah, because MVP is clashing when Tony, no, not this way, brother.
Yeah,
well, here's my
thing. Us and how we think we should be used. If you want to get the most out of us.
Well, here's my thing. Why would you want to go to a company that your wife got blackballed out of? That whole thing with Big Swole? Yeah. Ugh. That was ugly.
Yeah.
And then, let's see. There is one more we'll get to. Actually, two more. Giovanni Vinci, no surprise, which sucks because you kick him out of Imperium for no reason, and then they try and give him like the JBL, Del Rio, Ted DiBiase gimmick, and it just didn't work.
Didn't he get squashed on SmackDown by like Braun Strowman or something like that?
His first match
Apollo
back.
Crews. His first match back got beat in a roll-up by Apollo Crews.
He got Tatanka.
Like, what, again, what is the point of, like, because I thought when they broke him up with Imperium, I thought he was going to go after Kaiser. That's who I thought.
Same.
And then they put him over on SmackDown for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But Vinci, I think he might go to TNA possibly.
Yeah,
I could see him. I could see him being a moderately big star in TNA if everything goes well. Elektra Lopez, which that one surprised me because we had just seen her on TV recently.
That one does kind of blow, but then again, they weren't really doing anything with her.
She was the manager for the Legado del Fantasma. That's all she really needed to be.
Yeah.
And then finally, probably the biggest shocker of them all, Sonya Deville. But in the case of her, it was only because her contract wasn't renewed, which could mean that she might get brought back at a later date once they get that stuff sorted out. But
well, again, it's just like they weren't doing anything with her. Like, you team her up with.
Well, no, she was being. No. They were using her. She was on TV all the time with PFC. So, yeah, they were doing stuff with her, having her on TV all the time. Yeah. But now it makes me wonder what's going to happen with Shayna and Zoe now. Are they just going to stay together, or are they going to split and do single stuff?
They're going to keep them together. That's how
because I think together they do mesh pretty well.
Can I just say they completely fucked up Sonya, or not Sonya? Well, they kind of fucked her up too. Yeah, they fucked over Shayna so badly. You can't convince me they did not.
Well, I will say,
she should have won the Rumble, and she should have beat Becky at Mania, but they didn't for some weird reason. And if you didn't have her win the Rumble, you have her win a very bland match at the Chamber.
You messed up the Chamber match with one big mistake. Should have saved the annihilation of everybody until after Asuka got in.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That was really the only thing wrong with that match, was that one thing. Had they waited for Shayna to go on her rampage after everyone else entered the match, then I think people would look back on that Chamber match thinking, oh my God, that was awesome. But because they fucked up one little detail, it got ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was the point of her biting Becky's neck like a vampire?
I don't know.
That made no sense.
Oh.
What the?
But anyways, off track.
Now, AEW.
So then the big 3 AEW releases. Now, this is why I think we had so many releases in WWE, because I think we're about ready to get. Well, we already got one of them, and that's Ricky Starks, which finally long overdue.
But that one, no one saw that coming in that short time. That quick. But here's another thing: they never mention his name. Are they going to change his name? They didn't mention his name. I hope not.
They have trademarked a lot of names which sound like porn star names, but that's just me. But they're probably going to keep his name.
And also, I think by summertime he's going to be NXT champion.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He's going to be fast tracked to the NXT title, Ethan Page was.
Hunter's going to look at Ricky and say, AEW did not fuck him over until that Edge promo.
Yeah, that was the beginning of the end for Ricky Starks, was that Edge promo.
Because Starks was presented well, but again, it goes
They
back
both
to that
seemed lost.
Yeah, he was hot and cold. Like, they had no direction. Like, they give him a title with Big Bill for some fucking reason. That goes nowhere. And then that whole Edge thing, and then never saw on TV again.
Well, you want to know where I think really the beginning of the end truly was with Ricky Starks? Putting him up against MJF for the world title too quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think had they waited until like the summer of 2023 to have Starks go up against MJF, I think he would have been a lot better off. But it's just, it was like a week or two after MJF beat Moxley for the belt at Full Gear 2022. They immediately put MJF up against Ricky Starks, which, granted, the promo those two cut on each other was probably one of my favorite promos in AEW history. And it sucks that they did so quickly because people were probably hoping Starks would have got the belt. But no, you weren't going to take the belt off MJF so fast. They just hot-shotted it for the sake of
hot-shotting it.
Pretty much, and that was because then after that, it's like Starks was in and out. I mean, they had the chance to get him back on track with the Punk feud, but then Brawl In happened, and we never got the conclusion of their story.
Yeah,
we did get that feud between him and Bryan Danielson. That was a really good feud, though.
Yeah, and let's not forget, Starks is still the DEFY champion.
DEFY.
He's still, DFY wrestling.
Defy Wrestling.
Yeah.
He's still the champion.
He's probably going to get stripped of the belt soon.
Yeah, he's probably got to. Yeah.
Just like when Joe Gacy signed with WWE and he was CZW heavyweight champion and he had to be stripped of the belt when he signed.
Yeah.
But yeah, for Ricky,
Nero.
I definitely. But hold on. But before we get further, so Ricky Starks, I think it's safe to say he's going to get fast tracked to the NXT title by the summer. Although here's what I would like to see them do for his first feud: him and Ethan Page.
Yeah, that could be a callback.
Yeah,
that would be. They could have some really good matches. Plus, it's two AEW guys up against each other.
I can probably see him being IC champion.
Oh, no doubt. Hell, Starks, if pushed right, he could be world champion.
Yeah,
because the guy's great in the ring, great on the mic when in the right circumstance.
Yeah,
and also he's best friends with Cody Rhodes, so he's obviously going to have some pull. And I guarantee you, like Punk, Cody, and even Regal all got into Triple H's ear, especially Regal when he came back after being in AEW, probably fed Triple H all this info of like, okay, when these guys' contracts come up, get them. Like Starks, MJF, getting back Aleister Black, maybe get back Adam Cole when his deal runs out, so on and so forth. And then speaking of Aleister Black or Malachi Black, he's finally free after he was pretty much filmed like he was being held hostage.
God.
And here's the thing, too. I think he's probably going to go to SmackDown since, Zelina on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And if he wasn't going to go to SmackDown, honestly, who I would have had him feud against first? Seth Rollins. To pick back up from their angle 5 years ago when Rollins put his eye into the steps. Hence why to this day he had the paint makeup and the Google eye. Talk about keeping a storyline across multiple companies.
They could still do that somehow. They could still do it.
I could see him and Priest having a good match. Dude, him versus Gunther, oh my god, that'll be a strike
The
fest.
kicks versus chops, that would be scary. But definitely with Aleister Black, considering he was a Triple H guy, and really Triple H was the only one that could book his character right, I could see Aleister Black being world champion in the future.
Now, I will say with him going to SmackDown, do you really trust Road Dogg with his booking and writing? I don't.
It goes to Triple H in the end.
Yeah.
Triple H is the one who can change stuff.
That's
Triple H has the final say.
That is true.
I would love
with Black. Like, it started off well in AEW with that feud with Cody. Like, they put him over instantly. Like, he demolished Cody with 5 minutes? But that feud dragged. and dragged and dragged and dragged. And it's like Cody's going to get a win in this somehow. He's somehow going to win this feud. And lo and behold, I think he did. And then Malachi was in this random trio thing against the Death Triangle, and it ultimately didn't really matter because it's like, yeah, you have Buddy Matthews, who's a good out, and you have Brody King, who I think is a fantastic big man, and now they're a mid-card team. Like a lower mid-card team. Like, what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then finally, Miro Rusev.
The Medivh!
I see him TNA. I think he's gonna go to TNA.
I think he might get brought back to WWE, honestly.
The reason I would love him to go to TNA, Aiden English is in commentating.
Yes.
Can you imagine Rusev J?
Yeah, well, then again, he ain't doing the gimmick anymore, so that's why I don't.
I
think
know,
TNA.
but still.
But
if
I
know,
think he's probably
know.
gonna. I think he'll be going back to WWE as well. And I think if I were Triple H, the first thing I would have him do, go after Nakamura.
Yeah,
Get the U.S. title
you
back.
Rekindle that feud.
Rekindle the feud with he and Nakamura. And besides, you need new opponents for Nakamura since they're just still running with the LA Knight feud, which I think is going to end pretty soon because I think they're about to alter plans for WrestleMania for Drew to feud with LA Knight instead of Damian Priest.
That'd be
especially after what happened at the Rumble with the supposed botch.
Yeah.
That happened. And the two of them kind of playing the fans on social media about it. And that triple threat with Jimmy Uso where they threw potatoes at each other.
Yeah.
That was funny. I think they did that just to fuck with the fans because you know how Drew is on social media. In fact,
yeah,
I shared on Instagram today. WrestleMania posted like the transformation of Drew McIntyre in his career has been amazing. Like showing a picture of him smaller and no facial hair in 09 to where he is now. And Drew's replied to it saying, back then, I'll be sure to bring your daughter home in time, sir. And then now, I'm her daddy now.
Who's your daddy, Montreal?
But there are two matches I would like to see Miro have if on SmackDown. Him versus Drew. Wait, no, is Drew on SmackDown or Raw?
Yeah, he's on SmackDown now.
Okay, him versus Drew and him versus Priest. Those matches will be really damn good.
Yeah.
I would like to see him versus Gunther too, but you know
that would be a stiff match.
That'd be interesting.
Matska.
But another.
And still,
no, I will say this: if you're gonna bring back Miro, are you gonna bring back Lana as well?
No.
You don't need her.
No.
You don't need her taking up time.
You love her. It's okay.
Shut the hell up! No, I do not.
Dude,
Tony!
I get it. I trashed on that angle too. I fucking hated it too. It was stupid.
Tony, release Rey Fénix. ¿Cuándo, cabrón? ¿Cuándo?
Yes. And have him and Penta team up, please.
Yeah,
not yet.
And the Lucha Brothers.
Not yet.
And the Lucha Brothers can run roughshod on the tag division.
Yes.
On Raw, because Raw, I honestly, and now we're talking about the tag divisions. Yeah, Raw's division needs a lot of help because really,
they're so
SmackDown's no. SmackDown's awesome. Their tag division's been killing it lately.
With what 4 teams?
5. You got 5 teams, which is really all you really need, and they're all feuding against each other. It's like they feature them every week, and it's been great. You know, DIY, the Guns, Los Garza, Pretty Deadly, and the Street Profits. SmackDown's been killing it with the tag division, whereas with Raw,
that personality.
Boss.
I like them all machine guns. I like them too.
Give him the third strike, god damn it!
2.999999999999999999999999999999999 out of 3.
But
I'm just gonna keep adding an extra 9.
Boss, listen to this. One of those individuals in that tag division SmackDown could one day win the Royal Rumble and could be a future world champion. Think about it. Think about it.
Okay. And I think about getting laid one day, but we ain't having futures like that anytime soon, Richard. Anyways,
But yeah, Raw's tag division definitely needs help. I mean, the match between the War Raiders and Creed Brothers was really fucking good on Raw recently. But that's really it. It's like you only have those two teams as well as New Day, but they're not going after the belts right now. I can definitely see sometime here in the next couple months they'll be feuding with the War Raiders for the belts.
Yeah,
I can
but yeah, it's really only 3 teams. Well, technically 4, but Otis and Tozawa aren't in the picture.
What about Judgment Day? Aren't they?
I think we're about ready to have a split.
Yeah,
I think we're about to see a Judgment Day split.
And especially,
no, it didn't. And especially when JD comes back, they're gonna turn him babyface. They have to after what happened in that match and how he kept going. Yeah, I think safe to say JD is probably gonna be a top mid card babyface.
Whip fucking B.
Hey, JD's good. Shut your mouth. Mm-hmm. He is good.
Then the ring.
What else?
But that's it.
What else is happening in wrestling? I'm trying to remember.
NXT and TNA are having a partnership.
Yeah, that's still good.
For 5 years.
Oh, AEW Grand Slam. Way to go, Tony. Give him a non-pay-per-view when you promised him a pay-per-view.
Yeah,
immediately hotshot the women's world title back to Toni Storm.
For what fucking reason?
I mean, nothing against Toni Storm.
No, she should have gotten the belt back at some point, but not this quick.
Let's check these results. Let's check these results. All right, we got Ospreay and Omega defeating the Don Callis family of Kyle Fletcher and Konosuke Takeshita. Cool. Why the fuck did it need to go almost 25 minutes? Why? Your opening match? Okay. You have Mercedes Moné versus Harley Cameron for the TBS title. Okay, cool. You've got for fuck's sake, the Death Riders, Moxley and Claudio versus Cope. Not Edge, not Adam Copeland, Cope. What is the finishing move going to be? The Mechanism? What are they going to do? Turn Christian face and turn him and call them Seed? God. They defeated him and Jay White.
Oh,
okay.
boss.
Brisbane Brawl? Is that how you say that? Brisbane?
Yeah, Brisbane Brawl.
Okay. And then Okada defeated Buddy Matthews. And then Tony Storm
beat Mariah May.
Yeah. And Rhea was the crowd. She was there to watch Buddy.
Wasn't Luther with Mariah?
No, Luther was with Tony.
No, I meant like originally, and then he switched sides.
No, originally he was with Tony.
Oh. That's how much I keep up because I don't fucking care.
Yeah, and that crowd booed the living crap out of Tony.
As they should.
Yeah.
He probably feared for his life.
Oh, cry me a river.
Nah.
It's real glass, mate. But also,
although I will say I did watch Dynamite last week. My first episode of Dynamite I'd watched in a long time. Wasn't bad. There were 2 really good matches. The Trios title match with the Death Riders and I'm just going to say Undisputed Era. It was pretty good. And then MJF Dustin was really good. And I gotta admit, I like that they're actually finally doing a proper feud with MJF and Hangman Page now, because they always teased, but never went full on with it. Now it looks like we're going to get a feud between the two, even though Hangman Page, as a person, can kind of fuck off.
He's an idiot. Yeah. He wasn't the sole reason why Punk left, but he was one of the many reasons.
He was the start of the reasoning.
Yes. Look, say however you will about Punk, he was their top guy. He was their top star. He was their drawing palette.
Yep.
But also, apparently, Ring of Honor had a pay-per-view that I'm willing to bet all of 2 people watched. The Global Wars Australia. You have the Outrunners and Bandito defeating the Learning Tree. Okay, cool. You have Lee Moriarty defeating Robbie Eagles for the Pure title. Which, okay. A.R. Mark Davis versus Tommy Knight. No idea. The Sons of Texas. Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes. Yes. The Sons of Texas. They defeated the MXM collection. Did everyone forget that Mansoor and Mace went to AEW?
I forgot, yeah. And then Athena beat Alex Windsor.
Yeah.
Next.
That's all I really saw. Well, Jericho had his Rock and Roll Rager Wrestling. Oh, no, that was... no, that was a while back. Never mind. Who gives a fuck about Jericho?
Hey. You do not disrespect Le Campeon.
I can
Drink it in, man. Drink it in, man.
He's the Nueve.
The gift of Jericho.
I remember when Jericho contributed to wrestling. That's all I remember.
I will admit he is overstaying his welcome, but still, I'm never going to say anything bad about Jericho.
I've got plenty of things, but I don't feel like describing them. Anyways.
You're wrong, but it's okay.
I'm right, but it's okay.
No, you're not. But anyways,
wrestling related.
What else has happened?
Other than those things,
welcome to the impromptu episode of the Shadow Cult, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, there's been a rumor. I don't know how accurate this is true. That supposedly they want Chad Gable to go to AAA just to do some matches. Good. That would be good. I would be like AAA and WWE. Yes, please.
I mean, hell, that would make WWE having quasi partnerships with TNA, AAA, and Pro Wrestling Noah. Might as well do eventually. Here's what I could see happening with all this, because AEW likes to do the Forbidden Door with New Japan and CMLL and ROH. Why don't WWE do a show similar to that with WWE, TNA, Pro Wrestling Noah, and AAA?
They could. But what would they call it, though? They can't call it Forbidden Door.
They probably call it When Worlds Collide, in homage to the AAA pay-per-view.
Yes!
And you know what? Here's what I would do for the main event. Roman Reigns versus Joe Hendry.
Say his name, and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
You bet your ass. You bet your sweet ass.
I mean, he did get a big pop at the Rumble, but he
probably the second biggest pop. Well, then again, he's not meant to last in battle royals.
Yeah, that is true.
He ain't a battle royal guy.
Yeah, but I'm like, oh, I thought he could have lasted maybe 10 minutes, but you know what? That was still an entertaining Rumble.
But you needed some shock eliminations.
Yeah, that is fair.
Actually, Ben brought this up. Demolition signing a Legends contract.
Yeah,
about time.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
and
Hall of Fame.
Finally going to Hall of Fame this year as the tag team. It's been long overdue for Demolition to go.
Triple H in the Hall of Fame. Michelle McCool in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Now,
who's the only surviving members of Demolition? Is it just
they're both still alive?
They're still
alive.
Oh, Crush is the only one that's not alive. That's right.
Yeah, and Mr. Fuji.
Yep, Mr. Fuji.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Now, who else gonna induct? Because we have a woman, the headliner, the tag team.
Well, makes you wonder about celebrity inductee and it possibly being Motorhead.
It's about time. Come on.
Hunt and Victoria, damn it.
Only one lady. Remember, they only do one lady a year. and it's Michelle
But-
this year.
Do you seriously think Michelle McCool deserves to go in the Hall of Fame more than Victoria?
No, but they both deserve to go in. But
Yeah, they both
they've
deserve
already
to
made their
go.
choice. They've
Well,
already
I mean,
made their
for fuck's
choice for
sake,
the
the
year.
Bellas are in, so what do I know?
Yeah. Cyndi Lauper, when?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
think
really, it's like really when
put
it comes down to
Metallica
this.
in. Put Metallica in too.
Mm,
They've
That's a
had a long
stretch.
association with
it's a
WWE.
bit of a stretch. I mean,
Dude,
just because they've
what,
done,
like 5 pay-per-view themes for them?
yeah, but it's not the same kind of thing like with Motorhead, where they contributed to like Triple H's themes and also being part of the business for a long time. Whereas Metallica, it was only just, hey, we'd like to use your song for our pay-per-view package. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
it wasn't like a
pay-
tight relationship like Motorhead and WWE was. But
And-
really the only celebrities that are really left to go in that have to, Cyndi Lauper, Dick Emersol, Motorhead, Regis Philbin, Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Only those 5. Because Rodman has to go in at some point for WCW
What
purposes.
has Rodman done for WWE? Is it just his WCW stuff?
Yeah, he'd be
WCW,
going in
yeah.
for WCW purposes.
Mm.
Because he
I
fit the NWO like a custom-made glove. And they did good stuff in 97.
would like to see Cooper go in the Hall of Fame too, because he was at Mania
Yeah.
3. He did help Jake, but I don't think he's going to go in anytime soon.
Well, you need to
unfortunately.
have when I'm saying these 5, I'm talking about celebrities that have had significant impact on the business. Like Motorhead, significant impact on like the presentation of your theme. Cyndi Lauper for the rock and wrestling connection in the 80s. Dick Emersol because of their relationship with NBC, that's still there to this day. Regis Philbin because he did some WrestleManias and also had wrestlers on his show. And Dennis Rodman for everything he was doing in WCW.
Isn't
That's my criteria, but that's just me.
Isn't Ozzy in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, Ozzy's in.
Even
What
though
has he
that was
done?
2 appearances, WrestleMania 2, and guest hosted Raw.
Oh yeah,
That was
Actually,
it.
3. Remember, he did a live show.
He did
at
play
Raw.
live in 07 on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I remember now. Yeah, he was playing "I Don't Want to Stop," which was the theme song for Judgment Day that year. I forgot about that.
And one of the few good songs was Black Rain, but I digress. Well, fuck, if you're gonna have Sabbath and if you're gonna have Ozzy and put in Sabbath, it just is not right to me. To me personally.
Let's see. Hey, what's up, James? What's up, everyone? You mentioned Carl Anderson. Who do you all think has the worst luck in WWE as far as getting released multiple times? Luke Gallows, easy.
Yeah.
Easily Luke Gallows. 4 times. 4 times he's been let go. Well, Marty Jannetty was let go many times in the 90s.
Well, that was
and even in the
because
2000s.
Marty was his own worst enemy.
Yeah, but still, he got let go so many times. So many times. So, yeah.
Now,
as
if
far
we're
as
talking about somebody who had bad luck, like just in terms of WWE, I would say Mr. Anderson had the worst luck.
Mr. Kennedy, yeah.
Because they were
because in 07
that fucking guy, and
then injury and wellness policy suspension, and then after that they put him on Raw, where that's where all the backstage politics took place, and he got gobbled up by it.
And then the whole Benoit thing, yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking steroids, and I should be able to take them. It's not up to WWE; it should be up to me.
And
so, granted,
that fake injury thing too. When he had the briefcase, and they thought that he tore his tricep or something like that, and he was going to be out for a long time. He was only out for 3 weeks, and they took the briefcase off of him.
Well, he was actually hurt, and then he got suspended at the same time. He didn't come back until
08?
August, September of 07, somewhere in that time
Yeah,
frame.
because he was at SummerSlam that year.
Yeah. He came back in August. Well, they took him off TV in like May, like early mid-May, and then they brought him back in the summer. So it makes me think he was hurt a little bit, but it was mainly the wellness policy suspension.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did kind of fuck himself over with the interviews, and I think honestly that, as I watched on the Stevie Richards show when they analyzed that back suplex botch with Randy Orton that led to Orton getting Kennedy fired, I think it was because of Kennedy being a hypocrite in the interviews is what led to him getting let go. But at the same time, getting let go because of a simple move that, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to say it, I think Randy was at fault for that, not Kennedy. Because
Randy
as you
and
watch
John.
it back,
Randy and Cena.
well, John, honestly, I don't think Cena had anything to do with it. I know
Cena-
there's
Cena
always
played
been
a part in that too. He was backing up.
I think that's I think the
I don't
whole
know.
rumor I think the whole rumor of Cena, I think that's always just been an urban legend. I don't think it was legitimate. I could see him maybe not getting along with Ken, but not enough to get him fired, whereas Randy seemed to have a legit problem with him. But going back to what I was saying, like, Ken was not at fault for that back suplex. I honestly think it was Randy, because if you watch it back, especially the clip on the Stevie Richards show, like, the hand placement for Kennedy was perfect. Right hand cupping his waist, left hand cupping Randy's hamstring, like the way you're supposed to do it. But Randy jumped way too high, and on top of that, turned his body, which I actually agree with Stevie's co-host, James Romero. I think Randy was maybe trying to turn his body to take Cena's Blue Thunderbomb spot and got confused because he probably had a brain fart. But
yeah,
and also according to Kennedy himself, he said that, like, after it all happened, like, he stayed with Randy in the trainer's room, and it seemed like things was cool until Kennedy was trying to, like, make some jokes to Randy to, like, kind of lighten the mood, and Randy's like, I don't think you take this very serious. And then 2 days later, Ken gets the call from John Hayes. Hey, Ken, we're going to have to let you go. We weren't happy about what happened Monday night. Whatever.
I'm gonna have roast beef with my wife.
not
Not anymore.
anymore.
Oh, well, yeah, not anymore. Yeah. Yes,
But
Johnny United, or not Johnny United. She's wrong person. Johnny Ace was in some way related to Daniel Bryan, because life is unfair like that.
Yep.
Well, this was kind of leads to some sad news. We did lose Grand Hamada. They unfortunately passed away on
Colonel
Saturday.
De Beers.
Oh, Colonel De Beers passed
we
away.
lost. Yeah.
Oh wow, I did not know that. And
I
probably
think
the
it
big
was recent.
and the big one that happened was Jim Cornette's dog being put down. His dog Harley.
Yeah.
That one sucks. I know how it feels to lose a dog. That shit's never fun.
I mean, I may not be a Cornette guy, but yeah, that does suck.
But he's still doing podcast. He's still doing his podcast.
Yeah, Colonel.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll just say this: when it comes to Cornette, when it comes to wrestling talk, I'll listen to him. But everything else, shut the hell up, Cornette. Please. Everything else, just stop.
Like, yeah, his views on modern wrestling.
Well, no,
really
like, his views on
personally.
wrestling, I don't mind because it's his opinion. But everything else outside of wrestling, I just wish he would keep his fucking mouth shut. Like, it's nobody else's business but yours. We don't need to know.
You could say that forever. You could say that about anyone, though.
True, but still, Cornette, he's the one that kind of drives me up the wall about it the most.
Anyway.
I just kind of find it entertaining and funny, but his rants are always going to be legendary, I will say.
Mainly the Russo rants, even though I'm about at the
point God, that Russo rant.
Even though I'm about to the point where I'm about to say I'm on Russo's side now, even though I don't like Russo at all either, but I'd rather him over Cornette at this point.
I mean,
because at least Russo's willing to try and make amends, whereas Jim, he just doesn't. Like Jim, it's been 15 years at least since the last time you two had any issues. Let it fucking go, please.
You can say that about any other one though. It happened, dude. It happened. Dude, fucking Ozzy and Dio were still at each other's throats for 30 years, for Christ's sake. It took up until Ronnie died for Ozzy to get over it.
Yeah, they still were until Ronnie passed away.
Let's see. Back to the comments. So, see some comments from earlier.
Dave was still pissed off of Metallica for all those years. And he still kind of is. It's like, dude, we get it.
Cause of death or consuming impulse? Cause of death.
Cause of death by default.
Even though
death.
Consuming impulse is incredible, though. But cause of death's cause of death. Rain in Blood or Pleasure to Kill?
Rain in Blood. Rain in Blood.
Rain in Blood. I am after my Wasp ranking. I'm going to be listening to Creator. So yeah,
I'm going to be doing Creator next as well. Dying Fetus or Deeds of Flesh? Dying Fetus.
Dying Fetus. By the way.
They've been more consistent.
Yeah, Dying Fetus.
Dude, their last album was.
Their last two have been pretty freaking killer.
Dude, John Gallagher's the man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you guys got any more like band versus band, or how about wrestler versus wrestler, you can ask us who we think's better. Feel free to send them to us.
Versus the Great Khali.
Yoshitatsu easily. What are you talking about?
Have you ever seen those videos where Khali's legit trying to chop down trees with his hands?
Yeah, and then again, he's in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, people. The
only reason why he's there is because of the India market. We all know why.
Yeah.
And the reason why he was world champion. Granted, it was like 2 months, but it was painful. I'll never forget him singing "Happy Birthday" to John Cena, and he was so happy.
Oh, man. I remember that.
Wow.
Him winning a legit fight with Big Show backstage.
Because Big Show tripped over a suitcase. That was all. I don't even know if that should be considered a win for Khali just because Big Show walked over and tripped on a freaking suitcase.
I know that shit's so fun.
But then again, it's not the first time WWE has tried crowning a champion for the Indian market.
Even though he was Canadian Jinder. And Ricky, what was your thoughts on Jinder Mahal winning the WWE title again?
The fact that Jinder fucking Mahal was crowned WWE champion.
On a shirt. I'll buy 10.
The fact that Jinder fucking Mahal was WWE champion, and I don't remember how we worded that he grew the more audience than when Eddie was champion. Kind of pisses me off to this day. The fact that in the lineage of the WWE Championship, you have some of the greats have won the title. Bruno Sammartino, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, The Macho Man, currently Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns,
Kurt Angle,
Jinder fucking Mahal.
Hey, Vince won the title at one point.
Even Vince.
Hey, Vince Russo won the WCW World Championship.
Oh, God, that's even worse.
David Arquette won the world title.
Okay, that one I'm not so pissed about because at least what he did with what he won from the world title, he donated to charity. So that was for a good cause.
He got, yeah.
And
he did not want to do that. That was a joke.
That was a Russo
by Tony
call.
Schiavone. Oh, why don't we just put the world title on? I love it.
I love it, bro.
Bro. Publicity
Anyways,
stunt.
but anyways, you want to know the reason why I think Eddie was the lowest drawing champion ever in WWE? For the simple fact, he had no one to work with.
Yeah, he had no one to work with.
Because Kurt was hurt,
Brock was out,
Lesnar left, Big Show was out, so they literally had no other option but to put him up against JBL.
Yeah, they had to force JBL to turn heel, essentially, because JBL was going to leave. He was literally going to leave because Ron Simmons left. Oh, no, wait, did Ron leave or did he get fired?
Ron, they just wrote Ron off TV because he was retiring from full-time competition.
Damn.
Whereas with Bradshaw, I think they were looking for that chance to revamp his career.
I still, to this day, maybe it happened during a house show. I still would have loved to see Eddie versus Undertaker one-on-one match. It could have happened at a house show because the only interaction.
Yeah, who do you root for?
I don't know.
In that?
I don't know. I love them both.
Even for that period, though, like, I'll be honest, Undertaker did not have a good 2004. He had a pretty bad year because
again, they were reestablishing him as the dead man again, and
he
so
came
obviously,
back.
Yeah, so his comeback against Kane was essentially a squash, and then he squashed Booker T. Yeah, the stupid handicap match with the Dudleys.
I got jar dirt.
The Dudley.
Oh god,
and then
terrible feud with JBL. Terrible feud.
Yeah, and then Heidenreich. Thankfully, they got everything back on track when they had Taker feud with Orton for most of 05.
Oh god.
You want to know what the planned match for Mania 21?
Undertaker, Kane versus Snitsky, and
Kane versus Heidenreich. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God that didn't happen. Moving on. Let's talk about it. We don't want to dive further, boss.
Yeah,
we don't need any more bad memories.
Let's give Paul Heyman, who is a Jewish man.
Give Paul Heyman a Jew? Huh?
Let's give Paul Heyman.
Jewish, so.
Let's give Paul Heyman, who is a known Jewish man, and put him in a corner with a German. Fuck it, why not?
Just ask Michael Cole about Heidenreich.
Oh, and the poetry. I love poetry.
Oh god, that was so bad.
That had to have been a rib on Vince.
Yeah, that had to be a rib of some sort.
You want to know why I think that happened? Because I think that was maybe punishment on Michael Cole by Vince, because there's a story Taz tells about one time they were doing for the pre-tapes of SmackDown.
Yep.
But it's still a funny story to tell anyways. But yeah, they were doing the pre-tapes, and Taz and Michael are sitting at the desk going over their notes, and they hear Vince doing a voiceover for the intro of the episode, and Michael's just getting upset. He says, "This guy, he says that I don't show emotion or personality. Listen to him. He sounds like a freaking robot." And Taz is like, "Dude, calm down. We have headsets on." "No, they're turned off. They won't hear us." And then after Vince gets done reading his thing, he goes, "Who's at the announce desk?" "Oh, shit." And then Michael runs off outside to his car. Taz finds him. "Come on, you let me in the car so we can talk." "No, I want to be alone." "Well, you need to go apologize to Vince." "I'm not going to." "What? Are you insane?" "Taz, the man heard me. If I try to apologize, it will come off as disingenuous." "Well, you need to at least approach him." "No, I'll just hang out here and we'll figure it out. I want to be alone."
Didn't he drive off for like 5 minutes?
Yeah, he was just in his car going over his notes in the car, and then he'd sneak back into catering to get cookies and snacks so he could eat. And then finally Vince sees him. Cole, I see you. And Michael's trying to run off, and then finally Vince cornered him. And then Michael's finally like, "Okay, I am sorry. It's just that's how it sounded when you did the read." And Vince's like, "Who the hell do you think you are, you piece of shit?" And then Michael's going on like, "Apologize. I'm sorry. You're fine. You're right, sir."
How did Vince not give him a Well, he did, unfortunately, but
I think that was his punishment, was to get violated by Heidenreich. I'm telling you, it all adds up. It all adds up. Otherwise, why the hell else would they do that to him?
They always fucked with Cole in so many ways. They did.
Well, especially early on with him and
oh my god,
Vince.
he was a legit punching bag. He was the butt of all jokes.
The wedgie bag.
The fact that Michael Cole had a match with Cena, still funny as hell.
The
Give me
fact
some
that-
JR barbecue sauce.
It's slobber knocker good.
The fact that him and Jerry Lawler had a match at WrestleMania that went 15 fucking minutes.
The second worst match in Mania history.
No, that's the worst.
No,
you can't find a
I'm
worse
telling you,
match.
no. There is one that's worse. Goldberg, Brock,
Johnny
Mania.
Knoxville versus Sami Zayn?
No, whoa.
Okay, listen. It was funny the first time, and then it just got egregious. That's just me.
Whoa.
Go ahead.
That was just to stop my Batman bottle.
What's your worst? What do you think is the worst? Let's.
Well, first of all, you are insane if you think Knoxville Sammy was bad. It was one of the best matches of 38.
It was funny as hell. It was hilarious. I enjoyed it.
I did not find it entertaining. I'm sorry.
Well, you
I
lack a
just
sense
hate
of humor,
I
buddy.
hate the jackass stuff. I think it's stupid.
It's amazing. The Jackass stuff's awesome.
Jackass was my childhood. What do you? All right.
Okay, well, Clifford and Thomas the Tank Engine were my favorite. You don't see Alec Baldwin having a fucking match at Mania.
He probably could if he wanted to. Let's be real.
That is true. But
anyways,
continue.
But no, there is one Mania match worse than Jerry Lawler, Michael Cole. Goldberg, Brock Lesnar at Mania 20.
Okay, that was a bad match, but in its defense, it was hyped. It was hyped up.
But that makes it the worst because everybody was expecting it to be a great match and it fucking sucked.
No one thought Cole and Lawler was going to be good. The reason why I say Cole and Lawler is the worst, they had one fucking job. Have Cole get his ass kicked for a minute and a half and have Lawler win.
But here's the counter argument. At least Lawler and Cole tried. Goldberg and Lesnar did not try.
That stared down for 5 minutes.
Shit. They just stared at each other for so long. Rest holds. Like, really the only thing of note in that match was the military press from Goldberg to Brock.
And the crowd
Other than
reaction.
that, not counting the crowd reaction, I'm talking about the match itself, like the action. That was literally the only thing worth of note in that match. Whereas, everything else, it was just rest holds, stare downs, nothing. Even Stone Cold said that he almost wished he could have just run the ropes while they were going at it just to get some kind of reaction. But he's like, but these are two friends of mine. I ain't gonna do it.
The match they had at Mania 33 should have been the match they had at 20.
Yeah, 5 minutes, high impact brutality. Thank God they had the match at 33.
They thought that they were going to have the crowd in the palm of their hand because, they did know that Brock and Goldberg were leaving. The least they could have done was give them a good match. Two big motherfuckers locking horns. They could have had a good match, but they just fucked it up. And you think that match
it was reported a month or so before Mania that Goldberg was leaving, but nobody knew about Brock leaving until like the week before. And hell, originally, if Brock was going to stay, Brock was going to squash Goldberg in under 90 seconds. That was what they were originally going to do before Brock decided to say, I'm leaving too. It's like, they're pissed at Bill for leaving, but they're double pissed that Brock is leaving.
Yeah, because when you just strap the fucking rocket to this guy, you made him put over Taker, put over Angle and Big Show, and now this guy's leaving? So yes, I can understand. But you're going to say that match is worse than Brett versus Vince?
Brett versus Vince, at least it had a purpose to it for Brett to get his revenge.
Like 20 years too late.
But still, it served its purpose. And also,
Did it need to go that fucking long though?
I know it didn't, but boss, you're failing to understand something here. The reason that Goldberg Brock is the worst Mania match of all time is because we all were expecting it to be a great match. Where that was the match everybody wanted when Goldberg came to WWE. It's like, okay, when's he going to face Brock Lesnar? Because that was, and we get the match, and it was horrible because they did not care. Okay, Brad and Vince, again, at least they tried. At least they tried. So any other bad Mania match, it's like the question, were you expecting any of those bad matches to be good? Whereas with Brock Goldberg, we were expecting it to be great. So that makes it far worse than the other bad matches because it was a giant disappointment and slap in the face.
I will say, in terms of disappointment, it is up there. I still think Lawler and Cole was more. You have two old commentators that have no purpose serving a match.
Again, at least they tried to make it work. That's what counts in these conversations. They tried. I get what you mean. I get what you mean. It should have only been like no less than 5 minutes, but I would rather watch that match back for a morbid reason than Goldberg Brock at 20.
That segment cost Daniel Bryan and Sheamus a match. That turned into a battle royal. I think Collie won that match, so oh, fuck's sake.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of Trying to Educate Boss on Wrestling.
Episode 9. What's a headlock?
It's a padlock you put on your brain. Anyways, moving on.
What the shit?
All right. Anyways, so okay, we finally got some stuff in the chat. Carrie or a Nightmare on Elm Street? I'll leave that to leave that to Ricky because
Nightmare on Elm Street. I love Carrie. That's a classic Stephen King movie. You can't beat Wes Craven though, and Robert Englund. I'm sorry, you can't.
Okay. Carrie
Plus,
76.
it was the first movie that Johnny Depp was in too.
Yeah. I love both films, but shit, yeah, I'm moving a pickle here. So pretty much a slasher versus a sidekick, essentially.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Freddy. As much as I love Carrie, Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger, one of the most iconic slashers of all time.
I do think that the Carrie remake is just a little bit better in my opinion, but
all right. Hey, just another Heavy Metal Maniac. Crowbar, self-titled, or I Hate God Take is needed for pain.
Pass. I haven't listened to either.
I haven't listened to either enough to make a pick. I guess if I were to pick just off of what I've heard, probably Crowbar.
I've listened to both. I listened to their latest album, but I haven't listened to the Crowbar.
Probably I Hate God. Since I've listened to more than Crowbar, even though I love Crowbar.
Vital Remains, Let Us Pray, or Immolation, Dawn of Possession.
Dawn of Possession.
I gotta go Dawn of Possession, although Let Us Pray is a badass debut.
Immolation by default. I haven't listened to enough Vital Remains.
Oh, you need to listen to Vital Remains, Let Us Pray. Vital Remains as a whole, honestly, the best way I describe them, they're the better version of Deicide.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
Yeah, they're like Deicide, but better and with like more elements to their sound. Like there's some doom to them, there's more technicality to them, and more melody too.
Yeah.
And hell, even Glenn Benn fronted Vital Remains for a couple of albums. So
yeah, I do know that. Yeah. And plus, it doesn't sound too samey in terms of the subject matter.
No, it's like, well, they do go with the whole satanic imagery, but they go a little more adventurous with it and kind of almost black metal with it.
Yeah, I've heard that.
All right. How would you book Braun Breaker versus Goldberg? Well, Goldberg's supposed to have his final match this year. Honestly, the way to book it, under 5 minutes, and Breaker annihilates Bill.
Yeah. Very much.
Just keep it short, sweet, and to the point. That's literally the Bill Goldberg formula.
2112 or Master of Puppets?
Master of Puppets. I
gotta go
2112.
I love 2112, but
yeah,
Weird
that and
fucking
2112
pairing, but
and 2112 might be my favorite Rush album, maybe.
yeah.
But if
It
not
is.
for
For
Master of
me, that's
Puppets,
fine.
I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Next year's the 40th anniversary of Master.
And next year, the 50th anniversary of 2112.
Oh, there you go.
Violence, Eternal Nightmare, Razor, Violent Restitution.
Razor.
Dude, that album is fucking glorious.
If it was Evil Invaders, I would have easily said Razor, but by a hair, I'm probably going to go Violence. I'm not the biggest fan of Sean Killian's vocals, but musically, oh my god, that album is insane.
Actually, just in our Heaven Metal Maniac, I actually ranked all of Razor too, and pretty solid listening.
6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence, Sabbath Blaze. I have to go Sabbath Blaze Sabbath. Even though 6
Sabbath.
Degrees of Inner Turbulence is awesome, but gotta be Sabbath.
I haven't really ventured into Dream Theater. I did listen to their new album. I thought it was alright, but yeah.
All right, Andrew Brown. How long do you guys think the Death Riders storyline will go on for? I'm just wondering where it's leading to.
Yeah.
We initially thought this was going to lead to Shane McMahon coming in, but that ain't happening. So it's like, well, then what's going on with this?
Don't know, don't care. Moving on. I don't watch AEW, so.
This one to you, Ricky.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Alien Resurrection by default. Fucking hate Curse of Michael Myers. Terrible movie.
Ooh.
Alien Resurrection has aged. It's aged somewhat well. There's some CGI that does look bad, but I think it's an overall pretty solid Alien movie. And he gets Winona Ryder and Sigourney Weaver. Fuck yeah, take my money. I gotta get a drink.
The whole thing with Halloween 6 is so complicated because originally it was gonna be Halloween 6, the director's cut, but then at the 11th hour they fucking changed everything. The ending didn't make fucking sense in the theatrical version. But between the two, Halloween 6 is not the worst Halloween movie. That's easily Resurrection. Halloween Resurrection is the worst. In terms of alien movies, the worst one has to be probably...
If we're including the Alien and Predator crossover, it's Requiem. But if we're talking strictly the Alien movies, it's Alien 3 by default. That's not even a contest.
The 3, the CGI was pretty bad.
Yeah,
but
I'm going Resurrection now. I fucking hate it.
I'm going to go with Halloween 6 because I've seen the director's cut way better than the theatrical version.
Yeah, the director's does not. The whole storyline's fucking stupid.
If I had to choose, I'd probably go Halloween 6 for one reason. Paul Rudd. That's it.
His introduction is bad though. It's bad.
The never ageless Paul Rudd. He doesn't fucking age.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, he is looking a tiny bit older now, but still.
He is. But still, like...
It's not much.
Not by much, no, yeah. Ooh, Candlemass, Nightfall, or Trouble Run Into the Light. I gotta go Nightfall. If it was Solemn 9 or The Skull, it would have been a lot tougher.
Solemn 9's so good.
I haven't listened to much Trouble, unfortunately.
Ripping Corpse or Revenant. I have to go Ripping Corpse by default.
I haven't listened to either.
I know Ripping Corpse is fun.
I've heard Ripping Corpse is really good, but
Revenant I've only heard about in passing because that was John McEntee's band before Incantation.
I need to venture into more death metal bands. I'm going to.
Bet your ass you do.
I just been busy.
Oh, that one's hard. Shit. Autopsy, Mental Funeral, Broken Hope, Swamped in Gore.
I'll be honest, I haven't listened to both much.
Shame.
So I'm out. I know. I need to get in the. I need to get in the Broken Hope. Now, by default, I listen to Autopsy, so there's that.
Now, if this was Severed Survival, it would have a niche, but I'm gonna go with Swamp Thing Gore.
Yeah, by a bit, I'll go with Swamped in Gore.
I don't know what your dog is. Probably.
Ooh, Battle of Kiss albums. Creatures in there. Look it up. Creatures, hands down. Even though I'm not a big Kiss fan.
I can't stand Kiss, but I would say Creatures by default.
Because it's their metal album.
Yeah.
And Lick It Up was when they started going towards glam.
I mean, Lick It Up does have All Hell's Breaking Loose, which is one of my favorite Kiss songs, but I would go Creatures. And plus, without Vinnie Vincent, the band really wouldn't be the same as they are today.
Let's see. Gremlins or Goonies?
Ooh.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Goonies.
That's
Goonies.
A weird one.
I have a strong connection to Goonies more than Gremlins. Don't get me wrong. I love Gremlins, but I'm going to go with Goonies.
Gremlins is a pretty, I wouldn't say a guilty pleasure, but it is a very fun movie. I do think Goonies is just a hair bit better. A hair bit better, in my opinion.
11 Creations, Stillborn or Immortals, Blizzard Beasts, Blizzard Beasts.
That's such a weird one. By the fall, Blizzard Beasts.
Well, I guess because they both have production issues. Like with Immortal, it's mainly the drums that I have a problem with. Stillborn, I haven't listened to that one, but I think it was because the mix was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, Blizzard Beasts, that production is so fucking thin. It kind of,
well, the guitar tone and the bass tone I thought was really good. It was the drum tone
they were fine, but it just sounded like everything was just like so hollow. I just didn't enjoy that one. And plus, it was rushed. So
Ace Ventura or National Lampoon Vacation.
Now,
that's actually difficult.
Which
the first one? The first one.
Okay. Oh.
Alrighty then.
I love me some Drew Carey, or not Drew Carey. I do like Drew Carey.
Jim Carrey.
I love Jim Carrey, but I gotta go Chevy Chase on this one, man. I gotta go National Lampoon. If we're talking Christmas Vacation, it's 100% Christmas Vacation.
Oh man, I think Christmas Vacation is probably the best one, or I don't know, probably the one they go to Europe. Which one?
The Europe one is pretty funny too, but oh my god, look at us, Helen! We're in the threshold of hell.
I'm probably going to go Ace Ventura just because I have a bigger connection with that one.
Got to go with Ace Ventura.
And plus, it's got Cannibal Corpse in it.
Mm-hmm. Legion or Altars of Madness? Altars.
Oh,
even though Legion's amazing, it's got to be Altars.
Altars.
Oh, you bastard! I love Legion. Legion is fucking insane. But this one's close. With a narrow margin, I'm going to go Altars. I love Legion, though. That's a fantastic album.
Yeah, but I mean, Altars is Altars. Certainly not number 6 on my list.
Altars of Madness equals John Sadness.
More Morbid Angel Battles. Domination or Gateways to Annihilation?
Gateways.
I'm
not the world's biggest fan of Domination. It's good, but it's kind of a half and half album for me, and kind of
to a degree.
It's kind of an way for David Vincent to go out. So not the worst one, but
ooh, Leprosy or Darkness Descends.
You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch!
Leprosy by default. I haven't listened to.
Oh god, I love
you. Boss.
I love.
Hold on.
Yeah. I will say I have listened
Hold on, boss. Don't cut me off, you bastard. After this stream, listen to all of Darkness Descends. You will be in for one of the most brutal thrash albums ever.
Darkness Descends has been considered to be one of the pioneer albums of extreme metal in general, and
freaking Gene Hoglan's drumming on that album is insanity.
Yeah. And he was young. He was like, what? Was he like, what?
18, 19 years old.
Yeah. Oh, man, I love both albums. I need to get Darkness Descent at some point, but Leprosy. Moving on.
Cyanide or Master? I haven't listened to enough of either. but I probably would go with Master just because the first
I'd
album.
go with
Even though I
Cyanide.
need to get that Cyanide Dying Truth album because I hear that's like one of the most underrated Death Doom albums ever.
Mm-hmm. Yep. From Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Morbid Angel Domination or Exhorter the Law. That's actually a good one. I'd probably go with the Law. I'd probably go with Exhorter because that is a pretty freaking killer album.
I think you're muted, boss.
And then Mystifier or Sarcophago. Sarcophago. I haven't listened
Sarcophago.
to Pantera songs. Suicide Note or Death Rattle. I'd probably go with Suicide Note. Both parts. Like part 1 where it's like Phil lamenting, and then part 2 is almost a grindcore song because it's so vicious.
Boss, you're muted. I think you muted yourself.
Boss, you're muted.
You're muted. You're muted.
We can't hear you. Oh, he's saying his dad called him. Okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
All right, that makes more sense. Leprosy or Vile from Cannibal Corpse? It's gotta be Leprosy again. And I love Vile. Vile's my second favorite.
I love Vile. I love Vile. I mean, Vile by Vermin. Leprosy. Moving on. Oh, that one hurt. That one hurt.
Rhapsody
like
of Fire or Blind Guardian?
Blind Guardian. Hands down.
Probably Blind Guardian. That's all we got so far.
Oh man, that one hurt. That Leprosy Vow one hurt a lot. Oh man, that hurt my soul. That hurt my heart.
Yowcha. Oh boy. 6 Feet Under, Five Finger Death Punch. Five Finger Death Punch because at least 6 Feet Under had Haunted.
Yeah. Five Finger Constant Buck.
Sorry, my dad called. He wanted my fucking peacock thing.
The peacock?
Yes. So I was wondering what you guys were doing at first, and they were like, "We can't hear." I'm like, "Oh, I'm on the phone." Sorry.
Yeah, we were like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm like, who the fuck called me? Because I was trying to find my dog, but which is worse, Five Finger Death Punch? Because at least 6 Feet Under is embracing the meme.
Wee.
And the last album was not as terrible. It was still bad, but it wasn't horrible. I'll give them that.
Every time 6 Feet Under release an album, I always go to the trough and be like, "Hey,
me too."
Hey. Because they always have the best way to react.
I gotta figure out where to put my fucking money at.
Oh man, and I almost bought tickets to 6 Feet Under with Niall, but I was like, "Oh, it's 6 Feet Under."
I would kill to see Niall live.
Yeah. Oh god, I would love to see Niall.
I hung out with Ice-T. I can rap. He's a black guy. I know.
Oh my god! I don't want
some motherfucking game.
Oh my god! I don't want to hear freaking Chris Barnes rap. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? No. Hear me out. In an alternative universe, Chris Barnes.
No, we don't need to go further. We don't need to go further. Moving on. No, Ricky, you stop it right there. I'm stopping you right there. We don't need to know about Barnes rapping. Anyways, next question. What albums you looking forward to this year? Well, we already had Dream Theater, and it was great.
Dream Theater was
I was about to bring out the La Chancla for you, Ricky. Touch your hole.
Let me go to my list of what I got on the list. Yeah. Well, of course, for a lot of people, Behemoth, even though that single was just okay.
That's gonna be a big one for me.
I think they're releasing an EP this year, the new Candlemass EP. I'm looking forward to that. And I believe,
Warbringer's a big one.
Yes, Warbringer. I think Raven released an EP.
They just did this week, yeah.
Okay.
Destruction in a couple weeks, and then like I said,
Yeah.
and like I was talking about before we went on the air, this weekend you got two big ones: Killswitch Engage and for their first album in 6 years, and Scour with their first full length.
I think that Killswitch release, Forever Aligned, I think that's what it was. That was a fucking banger of a song. Like, it's got that more metalcore, like, Killswitch Engage kind of roots. But it's fucking heavy. It's like, holy shit. When they get heavy, they get heavy.
What else?
There's, I know for Ricky, Cradle of Filth.
That's gonna be fun.
Fucking baby vocals.
Yeah. Please,
like
Danny, stop doing that, please. I don't know
why
people like it.
The black metal, dude. Like, why do you gotta do that? Sounds like you're getting.
Why do you have to do baby squeals?
It sounds like you're getting kicked in the nuts while sucking on helium.
Very true. Let's see. Also, Allegion new album.
Yeah, Allegion. Yeah.
Rivers of Nile.
Yes,
that's gonna be
Benediction.
That's their first album in a few years, right?
I think 2021. I think was when The Work.
Yeah,
came out.
The Work. That was a really good album.
A lot of people thought it was a mixed bag.
I thought it was good.
It was alright.
I know Ricky probably will be looking forward to this. I not as much. Arch Enemy.
That's gonna be interesting.
Anticipated that.
I mean, I haven't listened to the singles, but I guess from what I've heard, the singles were actually kind of a massive step up.
Just from go back to the mellow death, man. That's all we want.
Benediction, new album.
Yes. Engines of War.
Holy shit. Quite a bit. Quite a bit of stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much all we got thus far with that.
Are we going to get a new Napalm Death and possibly Solo?
I would hope. I
think it's time for a new Napalm. It's been
5 years. Almost
5 years?
Since Thralls of Joy.
Oh.
I got no comment.
Oh.
Lost Paradise for me.
Oh, God.
I'm willing to bet as soon as Maniac was writing this, he knew what Ricky's reaction was going to be.
Maniac, you son of a bitch. Love you, though.
Flying to Canada to whip his ass.
But still. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, God.
I will say, in terms as a whole, that last My Dying Bride album, good shit.
After Flower Withers. Move along.
Ooh. You struck a nerve.
That one hurt. Oh, God.
Let's see. Oh, dear Lord. Same difference or least successful human cannonball. Can I pick neither?
I would go with least successful because at least it didn't go fucking alternative.
True.
I'll go see Ace Frehley's solo album.
The answer is C. Ace Frehley's solo album. Because at least groove metal still has like more thrash tendencies, so I'll give them.
Yeah.
That. And plus, it was the sound of the time. So what can you do? That's what all the bands were doing.
Let's see. Blessed are the sick or human.
Death human. Blessed is good, but it's got its problems.
Yeah.
But dude, that title track, ooh, that's a good title track. Oh no. Levi.
Oh.
Nightmares for how funny it is. In Torment in Hell, that was a funny one too. Nightmares because it's just meme worthy at this point. Like, did anyone take that shit seriously? No, which is why they did it anyway. Ricky or Levi, it's not that bad. Come on, it's not that bad.
Ace. Why?
Oh, get your sand
Why?
out of your vagina. It's fine.
Why? Why?
¿Por qué?
Why?
Pourquoi? Not
Why?
porque, pourquoi.
Why? Why? Anyways.
We were so cool, and then you did that. I don't have
Probably
a
go
comment.
Marduk.
Marduk.
As a whole, I would say Marduk, but I haven't listened to that album. I heard that's a fantastic album, though.
Yeah, that was the album when they went full on black metal, where Dark Endless was kind of like Black and Death a little bit. Because that was when they had Andreas from Edge of Sanity doing vocals.
Oh, there you go. I was thinking about doing a Marduk deep dive. I'll probably do that next year.
I might
Fuck me.
for
Yeah.
next year's rankings. I might for next year's rankings rank Marduk. Possibly.
I need to get into Dark Funeral though.
Vulgar display of power or slaughter in the Vatican.
Neither. Pass. I'm not a fan of both bands.
You are insane, but whatever.
Vulgar.
I've given Pantera so many times
man.
they've done nothing.
That's hard. This is hard.
I'm gonna go with Vulgar. For me.
I love Vulgar, but man, Slaughter in the Vatican is so good. It's their
pretty much.
It's their thrash album essentially.
Yeah.
It's their thrash album and recorded at Morrisound, and it's killer.
Pretty much Texas versus Louisiana. That's like the best way I could describe it.
As much as I love Vulgar, I probably might go Slaughter in the Vatican.
I need to get Slaughter in the Vatican.
If it was
so fucking hard to find.
Yeah, it's so hard to find it, and The Law. They're both so difficult.
If it was Cowboys, I may have picked that album. But
I would have gone Cowboys if it was.
I'm
Cowboys,
not a fan of Vulgar. I just can't get into it.
You're wrong, but it's okay.
I'm right, but it's okay.
No, I'm right, but it's okay.
So what? You're pissed off at me for having an opinion? That seems to be a theme there, Mister.
No, it's not that. It's just fucking with you.
Sure you are. No, it's okay. Again, it's that Big Brother mentality, man. You want to give me the fucking noogie.
Mm-hmm. I might noogie you too hard to where you might bleed. Or no, not bleed. Like rug burns almost.
Your hand might get rug burn. You're like, ow, you little bastard. Redheaded bastard child.
Hail to the King or Triple H's The Game song battle?
I thought you were saying the Avenged Sevenfold song for a second.
That is.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Song.
Ooh, both are good.
Yeah, the Hail to the King's a pretty catchy song.
I'm gonna go with The Game, personally.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with The Game.
The Game.
Because it's one of the better songs off of that album. Because Hammered's not that good of an album, but it's so it's good, but it's very weak.
Tiamat Astral Sleep or Catatonia Brave Murder Day. By
default,
Brave Murder Day. I need to
listen
to Tiamat.
I need
to listen to more Tiamat. I need to listen to more Tiamat.
Maniac's getting some of the deep cut Death Doom albums.
Mm-hmm.
But Brave Murder Day, Mike Walkerfeld, move along.
Oh yeah, Michael was on that album. I keep forgetting he was.
Morbid Saint or Protector?
Morbid Saint.
I don't know. Protector's great too.
I don't know Protector though.
Oh, Protector. They're awesome German death thrash.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, they've been around since the 80s.
I figured. Yeah,
Shedding Skin is a killer album. Hell, the last Protector album was really good too, but I'd probably go Morbid Saint. Venom, Calm Before the Storm, or Annihilator Set the World on Fire.
Good one. Me
I don't have an
personally,
opinion on either, so I'll pass.
I'll go Calm Before the Storm. I think that's a very underrated album. That was the last one before Kronos went solo, and Tony came in. Set the World on Fire is a good album too, but I like Calm Before the Storm.
Scat.
Scott.
Scott! Tits and ass, dude. Tits all day. Like, come on. By the way, congratulations on hitting 5,000, sir.
I'm more of a...
Can I pick both and just say screw it?
What?
I know. Can we pick both?
Right hand for ass, left for tits.
Morbid Saint, Spectrum of Death, or Darkness Descends? I have to go Darkness Descends.
Darkness Descends.
I
I
have
have
to.
a listen
Yeah,
to Spectrum,
Darkness Descends.
unfortunately. Oh,
Who the fuck's siren going off?
I live near an ambulance department, unfortunately, so...
Patrick or SpongeBob? I gotta go Patrick.
Which one's least annoying?
Finland!
I'll probably go Patrick because he's more
Where's the
meme-worthy.
link, ma'am?
I have $3, but I go with SpongeBob.
Are you mad? Why?
That'll be
'Cause I can't
$5.
see my
I
forehead.
only got 7. Star Wars or Lord of the Rings? Oh, wait, before you guys answer, I know this is gonna piss Scott off. I'm going Lord of the Rings.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I like the Family Guy parodies because
Oh, yeah, the Family
they're
Guy
so
parodies.
funny, but it's like I know of what happens in the Star Wars movies, but I don't think I could ever watch through a whole one all the way through.
Now,
I've watched Star Wars more, so I'm gonna go that by default.
as a person who has seen everything Lord of the Rings related thus far, everything Star Wars related thus far, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Lord of the Rings.
I do remember when it was Scott, Levi, and Walt. They were doing, I think it was the Rumble '99. And fucking Walt was talking about Lord of the Rings, and Scott's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Scott got so pissed.
All right, Flesh Crawl or Vomitory? I have to go Vomitory.
Vomitory.
I need to get into Flesh Crawl.
Me too, dude. Vomitory's last album.
Yeah.
Oh, woo!
Ace of Spades or Highway to Hell? Oh,
Motorhead,
that's
dude.
hard.
That's Motorhead.
Oh,
Come on.
That's hard. That is
Highway Hill's
difficult.
great, but you can't beat Lemmy, dude. Lemmy is God, kids. Always remember.
Oh God, the last
Jesus
Bond
didn't die for our
album.
sins. It was Lemmy. That's who it was.
Oh.
Okay,
What
Ricky,
a
you don't
fuck.
need the climax. It's okay, buddy.
I hate this so
Aw.
much.
I hate this question too, Ricky. I'm with you.
That's not enough for me.
By
Highway to Hell! Highway to Hell! Move along! Move along!
Ooh! You chose that over God? Fucking atheist.
there are
are,
plenty
Ricky.
of things that can beat out Motorhead, but
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just
But-
fucking with them, but
man, because Highway to
Somebody's
Hell,
gonna
I
make
would argue Highway to Hell or Power Edge are the best AC/DC albums, and then Ace of Spades the best Motorhead album. By a tiny hair, I'm going Ace of Spades because Chase is better than the Catch is my favorite Motorhead song of all time.
there's gonna be some
You
assholes
know, the
saying,
road crew.
Yeah, Love Me Like a Reptile.
Dragged in the Sunlight or Portal? I'm going Portal because it's weird.
Portal because it's nightmare inducing, but I heard Dragged in the
I've heard
Sunlight is fucking insane.
Glamorphonal.
I've heard more Portal, so by default, I'm gonna go Portal.
Yeah. Dude, I listened to
Scandinavian progressive power pop punk versus technical Black and Death polka.
dude, give me Tech Death Polka. Fuck yeah.
Black and
Give me
Death
Tech-
amazing.
Give me Tech, Black, and Death. I think Scott
You know,
just created
I
two
like
more branches.
I like polka. I do like polka if I'm in the mood for it, which is for memes.
Give me Tech, Black, and Death. That sounds
Dude,
could be
that
like
sounds
really heavy as
amazing.
fuck.
Scandinavia power pop punk? What the fuck?
Scott, I think, or Ricky, I think this one was for me and you for different reasons. Saying I have no
Yeah.
culture because I'm not a Star Wars guy, and you
Lord
for
of the
picking
Rings.
AC/DC over Motorhead.
Yeah.
No culture.
You must choose.
Choose your pick, Ricky. You both gotta look at them and say, "I'm sorry, I love you," but it's Sophie's choice here, man.
I hate you so much, Scott.
You just kick back and relax on this one.
The thickness versus freaking Duvalin.
I care. I need to write down what we have for the cakes, man. I've been slacking.
Nikita, go along.
Gilbert.
All right, Druk or some Forgotten Legends or Summoning Minus Mortal. I haven't listened to either.
Listened to both. I know of both. I haven't listened to them.
I know of both, but yeah, I've never listened to them.
I'm
What's
gonna go with
band
something on
name?
that one.
Mortal Vomit or Sister Fist?
Sister Fist.
Oh, God, that sounds disturbing. Mortal
What the hell
Vomit
is wrong
is
with
low.
you? Heaven and Hell or Number of the
Oh,
What the hell? That's not even a fucking contest.
you motherfucker! You
Nah, I'm
Heaven
not
and
a
Hell,
fan of-
my number 3. Both of them are my third favorite albums from each band.
One's my number 1, and one's I think like my number 9.
Number Beast is my number 1. Heaven and Hell's like my number 3. Oh, Dio.
It's the Battle of the
versus
Martin Birch
Bruce.
albums. Battle of the Martin Birch albums.
Yeah.
1980, 1982. Both it's sort of new album, even though Heaven and Hell's not even new album. The Rebirth of Sabbath.
The beginning of Maiden's global domination. I'm gonna go with Number of the Beast for the simple fact, Hallowed Be Thy Name is the greatest metal song ever written.
I'll give you that. I think the album as a whole is.
I'm gonna go with Number of the Beast because I've seen Maiden twice and they play Hallowed Be Thy Name.
Maceration of Serenade of Agony or Edge of Sanity, Nothing But Death Remains. Both are good, but they both have production issues. I probably by a bit would go with Edge of Sanity, Nothing But Death Remains.
I haven't listened to both.
Maceration for me.
I need to get into Maceration though. I've heard some really good stuff.
What do you guys think? Guys, overrated albums.
We could
Only
be
one.
an entire
You
fucking
can only
hour.
pick one. You can only pick one.
Oh.
If I had to pick most overrated album of all time, even though I love it, Black Album.
Yeah, that's a good
See,
one.
Even though I absolutely love it.
I think that
absolutely
album's
love
gotten
that album.
so overrated, it's actually underrated as the years have gone on.
Yeah, I actually changed my mind. I won't go Black Album because
as
of
much
that.
as
Now
much
I
as
gotta
I
think
love
again.
this album, as much as I love this album, I do see the point of being overrated and overplayed. Paranoid.
You can even say that about Back in Black too.
Yeah, I was gonna say Back in Black, but
Or actually, you know what? I think I might have it. Even though I just said it was my third favorite Maiden album, Number of the Beast.
yeah.
See, I think the most overrated album to me, it's not only overplayed, but I also think it sucks. Appetite for Destruction. I can't stand that album.
Wait. I got it. I actually got it. Judas Priest, British Steel. That's
you
my
know
pick.
what?
That is my final pick because
I'll throw
it's
you a bone.
It's good, but there are some clunkers on that album.
I love Priest, but I'm not a fan of that album. There's some good songs, but I don't think it's a great album as a whole. I actually thought Hellbent for Leather was a better album.
Yeah, that was to you.
Yes, we love you, Lex Luthor.
Which is worse, Saint Anger or Aluminum Anus? Aluminum Anus easily.
Aluminum.
Anus.
Illusions. That album actively pissed me off because of what could have been. That album should have been fucking amazing.
Yeah, easily Aluminum Anus.
Oh yeah.
Deceased, Luck of the Corpse, or Therions of Darkness.
I haven't listened to both.
I need to listen to both. I need
to listen to both.
I have heard the Deceased last album though, Children of the Morgue. That was a really good album.
It was good.
I forgot to put that in my 35 album.
You know my answer on this one.
Tiffy.
Veda has some character issues. Let's just put it that way. There's some shit that came out about
Dissection,
her,
Storm of the Lightsbane, or Windeer 1184.
Dissection. Holy
Diver or Screaming for Vengeance.
Fuck off, Scott. Love you, bro.
Holy Diver. For me. If this was like Defenders of the Faith versus Holy Diver, I would have gone Priest, but I'm going to go Holy Diver.
Both are essential metal albums of the 80s.
I probably might go Holy Diver. Can we get a clip of that, please? Of Boss just bouncing like he thinks he's...
Dude,
Boss trying to bounce like he's Tigger.
I about broke my bed when I did that shit.
What are we gonna do with you, kid?
Buy a fucking sell me fucking pube hair. Maybe buy it, so I'm going Priest. I love Dio. Rest in peace, Ronnie. But
Black Album or Paranoid?
Okay, Battle the Overrated.
Paranoid.
I love them both, but I gotta go Paranoid.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Dissection, Somberlane, or Necrophobic, Nocturnal Silence?
By default, because I haven't listened to a lot of them, Dissection.
The Battle of the Debuts.
Both in 93.
The Battle of the Debut Black
I'm going to go with... Well, Somberlane was more like mellow death meets black metal, whereas Necrophobic was proper black and death. I'd probably go Necrophobic because it was more groundbreaking. Whereas with Dissection, Storm of the Lightsbane was the bigger groundbreaker than Somberlane.
I'm gonna go with the Somberlane on this one.
I need to dive into more Necrophobic.
Oh, I'll easily go Virtual 11 because at least
Virtual 11.
Like half of the album's really good and the other half is just average. Whereas with Demolition, there's literally only like 2 or 3 songs.
I'll go Virtual 11 because at least that album didn't actively piss me off, and at least Blaze isn't rapping.
Metal Messiah.
Oh, I fucking hate that song. And at least with Virtual 11, at least it had a direction.
Boss clipped it.
Scott clipped it.
Yeah,
Scott clipped it.
I figured.
It's in the Instagram chat.
Yeah, I saw the notification.
Thoughts on Antichrist Siege Machine? I've never heard of them. I've heard the name, but I've never listened to them.
I've heard the name, haven't heard of them.
Somebody's gonna
Mob Rules or Diary of Madman? I gotta go Diary on this one.
Diary.
Mob Rules is really good. Mob Rules is really good, but I think in terms of like actual Black Sabbath, not including Devil You Know, the weakest of the Dio era, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it's still very good. Whereas Diary of a Madman's arguably the best Ozzy solo album. Well, it's between it and Blizzard of Oz.
The Sign of the Southern Cross, that song.
That's why I'm going with Mob because of Sign of the Southern Cross. I love Diary of a Madman, really good album. I've always preferred Dio over Ozzy, in my opinion.
I'm going to go with Diary for me.
Blizzard of Oz or Ace of Spades?
Ace of Spades. Blizzard's good. It is good. It's one of Ozzy's better albums, but it's not my personal favorite.
Probably one of the best.
I'm gonna go
see.
by a notch. Blizzard of Oz.
Both released in 1980.
One of the only times Ace of Spades is lost.
Ace of Spades in November. Blizzard of Oz in September of 1980. The debut of Randy on guitar. Crazy Tram versus Ace of Spades. Mr. Crowley versus We Are the Road Crew. Blizzard of Oz.
Hang on a second.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone commented on the clip that Scott had?
Toxic World Circus or Atrophy Socialized Hate.
No,
Haven't listened to either.
I haven't listened.
Say.
I've heard both are good, but
Yeah,
I need to get into more Toxic. I feel like no one really talks about that band. And Atrophy too.
Last One on Earth or Grave Into the Grave. Last One on Earth.
Last One on Earth.
Even though Into the Grave is really good, I think if it was You'll Never See, it could have had a better shot, but it still would have been Asphyx.
I need to get into both. I'm
just going to move on.
Listen.
Ricky Bobby or Cole Trickle.
Dude,
so Tom Cruise or Will Ferrell?
Ricky Bobby,
man. I love Cole Trickle, but Ricky Bobby, I mean, come on.
If you ain't first, you're last, baby. Shake and bake.
I need to rewatch that movie. It's been forever since I've seen that.
Talladega Nights. I haven't watched either movie in a long time.
I might do that tomorrow.
Ooh, Angel Dust or The Real Thing?
Angel Dust. Angel Dust.
Real Thing is really good, but Angel Dust.
Angel Dust.
I'd probably go with Angel Dust because I love the song Malpractice. That's basically like Faith No More going death metal, pretty much. Because there's some heavy as hell riffs and some like roars from Mike.
Mike Patton's vocals can kind of bother me from time to time, but I will go with Angel Dust.
Last in Line, or For Those About to Rock? Last in Line.
Last in Line. For Those About to Rock's pretty good.
Yeah. Last in Line.
Both are really good titles.
Enslavement to Obliteration or Harmony Corruption. From Enslavement's great, but Harmony Corruption was my gateway to Napalm Death.
I can't really say because I haven't listened to both because I'm going to be ranking them here soon. There you go.
Mariah May or Toni Storm?
Oh, Toni.
It has to be Toni. Even though Mariah May is one of the hottest women in the world.
Hear me out, Mariah. Now, what? Hold on, Mariah. Call me. But I will say, Toni Storm, Juice Robertson, you are a lucky motherfucker. I'm gonna say that. I almost said Buddy Matthews, but he's with Rhea. I almost fucked up. Ugh.
Enslaved, Frost, or Emperor Anthems to the Welcome to Dusk? Frost. I'm gonna go Enslaved.
Yeah.
I'm not an Emperor guy personally, but
if it was Night Side Eclipse, I would have went with Night Side Eclipse.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I like Anthems. I like Frost, but for the two, I'll go with Frost.
Boss is making. Why are you calling me Levi? It's Levi, Jason.
Levi.
Or is Levi a code name or something now?
Levi, get the tables.
Resurrection or Chemical Wedding? You meant. That's a good one. That is a good one.
Ooh.
I gotta go Resurrection. I haven't listened to Chemical Wedding, but good pull there, Mike.
I'm gonna go with Chemical Wedding on that one.
Resurrection.
Reassurrection or Chemical Romance.
I'm sorry.
Mike, you need to work on your spelling, bud.
My Chemical Romance featuring Bruce Dickinson.
Samael, Ceremony of Opposites, or Dark Throne, Transylvanian Hunger?
Transylvanian Hunger.
Transylvanian Hunger.
I haven't listened to Samael. I need to get into him, though.
Samael's debut, Worship Him, you need to listen to. It's like groovy, doomy black metal.
I've heard it's really good. I gotta go.
It is so good.
I know you're not.
If
a
it
fan
was,
of Transylvanian
if it
Hunger.
was, if it was,
I know
worship,
you're the big Transylvanian Hunger guy. I know that for sure, but I'm gonna go for Transylvania.
I love Transylvanian Hunger.
I'm gonna have to say neither because I've not listened to Ceremony of Opposites. If it was Worship Him, I would have easily gone with Worship Him. But another one just for Ricky, Stephanie Vaquer or Gigi Dolan, and
Stephanie
I
Vaquera.
knew that was
Stephanie
coming.
Vaquera.
Now, if you
I
would have asked
knew that was
Scott,
coming.
he would have said Gigi.
Now you would have asked Scott, he would have gone with Gigi.
Dude, that's carrot cake, man. Although Stephanie, oh,
Tres leches. And kudos to the camera guy. Get that guy a freaking raise from the camera shots.
Yummy, yummy. I'm happy. Yummy.
Incantation or Immolation? I have to go Immolation. They've been more consistent.
Immolation. Even though there's this like on rivalry of both bands, which I love both bands, but I'm gonna go with Immolation.
I've listened to Immolation more, but the 2 Incantation albums I've listened to have been fucking amazing. Oh, that debut was disgusting.
Oh,
Diabolical Conquest is the go-to for.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
I'll rank
yeah,
or Incantation in the future because I've so far.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sabotage,
Sirens, or Jag Panzer, Ample Destruction. I'd have to probably go with Sabotage.
You're going deep on Sabotage. Usually people go with Heart of the Mountain King, but I'm gonna go with Sirens.
I think Sirens was their first one too. I think.
Yeah, I think
so.
Was that their first one or Edge of Thorns?
I think Edge of Thorns was the second one.
Now
it was either that. No, I think Sirens wasn't Sirens the EP. I thought.
No, Sirens was their debut.
Oh, now every time I listen to Sabotage, and I blame Dallas from now about this because when I saw him in the Necrotic Wasteland, we chatted for like a good 30 minutes about Sabotage because he grew up listening to Sabotage, and after that, I'm like, shit, I gotta get Sabotage now.
I haven't listened to both. I need to get into Sabotage one day. I've heard what I've liked, but I haven't done deep dive. But
in the Hall of the Mountain
King, dude, Chris Olave was a fucking treasure. It sucks he was taking way too much.
What the hell is that?
What
is it?
Wild Ride
Dictation
or Thrash or Die Bavera. What?
Check, please.
I played the 5th.
I played the 5th.
Moving on. Defeated Sanity or Broderick? Defeated Sanity.
Defeated Sanity.
They're absolutely bonkers. They're such a bonkers band.
I listened to Broderick Quinn's latest album and I didn't like it.
It was all right. And the last Defeated Sanity was pretty good. Well, then again, Defeated Sanity, they're like one of those very adventurous technical, brutal death bands. Yeah. They're like German Suffocation, kind of, but more technical. Hate Eternal or Gorgasm? Hate Eternal.
Hate Eternal.
Have a listen to both. I need to get into
Hate
Eternal.
We love you, Eric. We love you, Eric.
Eric is Pookie.
Scott actually wouldn't with Stephanie.
Really?
Dark hair cake. Ooh.
I guess he likes dark chocolate more than carrot.
He likes more
dark chocolate cake. There we go. We found one for Steph.
Behemoth Demigod or Vader the Beast? I'd probably go with Demigod.
Damn, y'all are
Demigod.
If it was Litany by Vader, I would have easily went with Vader.
I have a Vader. I have 2 Vader albums I haven't listened to yet, and I have never listened to Behemoth. So there's that. I've always heard mixed stuff about Behemoth, so that's
Changes or Imagine.
Oh,
Changes by default.
Yeah,
Changes by default. I have a coworker that hates that song, and I would usually blare that song into the walkie just for him, and he was like, "I fucking hate you."
I'm gonna
go out of Hell or Welcome to My Nightmare.
Welcome to My Nightmare. Oh. Cooper all the way, man.
Bad Out of Hell. Bad Out of Hell.
I gotta go Bad Out of Hell as well.
Cooper, man.
Spinal Tap, Wild Stallions, or the Lone Rangers.
Oh my god.
Spinal Tap.
Yes.
Spinal Tap all day, any day.
He was trying to say Wild Stallions. That's what he was probably trying
Spinal
to say.
Tap all day,
Wild
any
Stallions,
day.
Yeah.
Who is Twat Nation? What the fuck? Twat Nations? I don't know either or, but I know of Spinal Tap. I haven't listened to them honestly.
Lone Rangers. That's that from that movie Airheads.
Oh,
that was the band played by Adam Sandler, Steve Buscemi, and Brendan Fraser.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Degenerated.
Could you imagine if Cannibal actually took that instead of Ace Ventura? How it would have gone out?
I don't think it would have been as successful.
No, it would have been as popular.
It would have been as big,
because the original plan, from what I was told, for
Cannibal
Ace
was going to be
Ventura
in the
was supposed to
movie,
be
but then
Napalm.
when Napalm was supposed to have done Ace, but they were busy touring, they couldn't do it. And then Cannibal got offered, and they said, "Well, we're touring right now." And then at least the studio was like, "Well, we can wait until you're done with the tour, and then we can shoot it." So
I will always remember that Jim Carrey interview where he was talking about napalm death. Oh, that was so good.
You won't give me flowers.
I will say Jim does have some nice roars and nice growls.
He does. He should have fronted a death metal band for a song.
1, 2, 3, 4, go!
Queensryche, Rage for Order, or Fate's Warning, The Spectre Within. I'd probably go Rage for Order.
I haven't listened to either.
Walking the Shadows is such a good song.
I have seen Queensryche live, and I think they did play a song for Rage for Order. It was pretty.
Was it Walking the Shadows?
I couldn't remember personally, but they did have the setup where it was all their albums in stained glass. That was pretty cool. The Talator
Rage,
fucking incredible.
Rage for Order.
Bolter or Angel Corpse?
Bolt Thrower.
I need to listen to Angel Corpse. I need to listen to Angel Corpse. Van Halen or Born Again? Van Halen.
I
don't like Born Again.
I like Born Again, but the production sucks.
Born Again has aged a bit well. Not like it's the worst Sabbath album ever, but still, it's pretty good.
No.
It's not even close to being the worst either.
That's still forbidden to me, but
yeah, forbidden.
Oh yeah, hands down forbidden.
But Van Halen debut, I mean, that's still a timeless classic.
That is incredible.
Dude, Running with the Devil. What else?
Power Rangers or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Power Rangers all day.
Probably Power Rangers. Yeah.
I grew up with Power Rangers, but TMNT, dude, that was the shit back then.
The crossover they had between the Turtles and the Power Rangers. Oh man, that was so awesome. I will say
fuck Michael Bay for ruining that live action movie. That was terrible.
Ace, you dirty bastard.
Alters.
I have to go Alters. Even though Cause of Death, it's, as I keep saying, if you were to ask me the top 5 greatest death metal albums of all time, Obituary, Cause of Death, Cannibal Corpse, The Bleeding, Entombed, Left Hand Path, Morbid Angel, Altars of Madness, Death, Leprosy.
Ace, we were cool for about 30 minutes, and now we're going to have some problems. Altars, because it's a little...
It came first.
Yeah, but
pretty much.
Dude, John Tardy's vocals are just amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Live.
It jumped alive. We already talked about this one.
No, overhated albums.
Overhated albums?
Oh. Yeah, not overrated, overhated.
I think, I would say Domination, Morbid Angel gets too much hate. I've seen a lot of people despise that album. It's like, I don't get it.
I don't despise it. It's just not that great.
Well, I'm not saying you. I've seen reviews where people bash the shit out of it. It's like, why? It's a really good album. Yeah, it's not the best Morbid Angel album, obviously, but it's still very good.
For me, I'm going to go in the deep cut with Sabbath. Technical Ecstasy. I enjoy that album.
There's a couple of songs I like on it, but...
I don't hate that album. I mean, it's not that great, but I don't think it's that bad. One for Sabbath, though, I know you guys are going to disagree. 7 Star. I fucking love that album. I never got the hate for 7 Star.
I did have one. Oh, Load and Reload.
Oh yeah.
Easily the two most overhated albums. They're good for the style they went for.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of. I actually don't like. I actually like them less than Saint Anger.
You are ridiculous.
Redunculous.
Thank you, Ricky.
They're just boring. I just couldn't get into what they were doing.
I actually like the songs for the style they went for, which was like bluesy metal hard rock hybrid.
Yeah, but
they wrote good songs. They wrote really good songs. They're great songwriters on those albums. Yeah, plus, some of the most underrated Metallica songs come from that era: "Bleeding Me," "Where the Wild Things Are," "Cure." There was another one from Reload that I think was pretty underrated. Slither. I would say those are some underrated deep cuts.
I just don't look on those. I'll go one for Maiden, Fear of the Dark. That album gets too much shit. Yeah. I never got the hate for it.
Yeah, I would agree.
You call me crazy, it's my number 3 favorite album. I fucking love that album. Is there campiness? Sure, but there's a lot of campiness.
Creator, Terrible Certainty, or Sodom Persecution?
Sodom.
Persecution.
Sodom.
That's my favorite Sodom album. That's my favorite Sodom album.
Number 2? Yeah, my number 2.
Gorefest, Mind Loss, or Sinister Cross the Sticks. I'm not listening to Gorefest, so by default, Sinister.
I haven't listened to Sinister.
I'll go with Sinister.
Cross the Sticks is a brutal debut. Dark Side of the Moon or Awake. So Pink Floyd or Dream Theater?
Dark Side.
Pink Floyd.
Dark Side for me.
By default, Pink Floyd. I haven't listened to Awake.
Yeah.
Dismember or Entombed?
I
gotta go with it. Even though Dismember has a more consistent catalog, I have to go Entombed for the simple 3 words: Left Hand Path.
They started a Swedish death metal. So I'll go with Entombed by default.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it.
Even though Dismember has some fucking killer albums though. Like
they do. Like an Ever-Flowing Stream.
Ooh.
God. Yeah, Like an Ever-Flowing Stream's great.
Ed and Eddie or Looney Tunes. I have to go
Ed and Eddie. Ed and Eddie. I grew up.
I gotta go Ed and Eddie. I grew up on that too. Even though Looney Tunes, that's a timeless classic, dude. Ed and Eddie was so fucking dumb and so strange, and I loved it.
I have to go Looney Tunes on this one.
Another lap, Eddie.
Vader, Emperor, Star Wars, not black metal bands. F. Lord of the Rings. Darth Vader, just because I like the
Emperor though. Isn't there like
probably Palpatine is probably who he's talking about. Palpatine.
I'm going Palpatine. I'm gonna go with Vader. Vader's great. Rest in peace, James Earl Jones. But I honestly think Emperor Palpatine's better, in my opinion.
Imagine combining Chuck, Martin, and John Tory together. There is somebody that does all 3. Mark Grew from Morgoth. He fits in line with all 3 of those guys vocally. If you listen to the early Morgoth EPs and the debut album Cursed, you would think that he was trying to hybridize all 3 singers. So Mark Grew would be the guy that you could combine those vocal styles for. Draconian or Saturnus? I've not listened to Draconian. I've listened to Saturnus, so by default, Saturnus.
I haven't listened to either.
I'm gonna go with Saturnus.
Risk is overhated. I would agree to an extent that Risk is
still a bad album.
It's still not great, but
no.
At least it's not Super Collider bad.
I know another album that gets way too much shit. Jugulator. Never got the
Yes. I like Jugulator.
Way too much shit.
Jugulator is so good.
It is.
Cathedral
it was
Walls,
the first
that song.
I heard. First Priest album I ever listened to. Yes, I know it's not Halford. That doesn't mean the album is dog shit.
Exactly. Cathedral Spire is arguably the most underrated Priest song of all time.
Yeah,
Arguably,
Decapitate.
although I would also say Death would be very underrated too.
That's yeah.
I mean, fuck, one of the songs was on the
Dismem-
Private Chucky soundtrack.
Dismember like an
Ooh.
ever-flowing stream or Grave into the Grave. I have to go like an ever-flowing stream.
Oh,
Like an
Dismember by
ever-flowing
default.
stream.
I haven't listened to Grave.
I need to get that Grave album.
Yeah, I don't get why Impact is Imminent gets too much hate
Yeah, that
or gets
one I
any
never
hate.
got.
I thought that was an awesome Exodus album. The heaviest Exodus album too.
I mean, it's good, but it's one of my least.
Good.
It's one of the weaker ones to me. I don't know, just
Persecution Mania or Great Southern Trend Kill. I love Great
Persecution
Southern
Mania.
Trend Kill, but Persecution Mania wins.
That's not even a
Persecution
contest.
Persecution Mania.
I hate that album because of the snake. That's why.
This one to you, Ricky.
Ooh,
Oh,
Skepticism, Stormcloud versus Evil can embrace the emptiness.
I've
Okay,
never
you're
heard
going-
of
you-
either band.
You're going deep here. You're going really deep here.
That's what she said.
Or he said.
That too.
I'm gonna go with Skepticism. Even though I love that Invoke album, I'm gonna go with Skepticism.
Hemorrhage or Exhumed? Exhumed.
Exhumed by default, even though I need to get more into them.
Here's one to decide. Someone altars are good. Altars. Moving on.
Hey, this is. Hey, wait. That was
No.
a Jim and John question.
I know that was a Jam and John question, but still, I think he would still go with altars. Anyways,
Fuck,
Skeleton
Coldplay.
Witch Forever Abomination
Terrible
or
album.
Blood or Goat or Blood for the Master.
I haven't listened to either. I know
I
both.
still need to listen to more Skeleton Witch,
I
especially
have
since they're an
Goat
Ohio
Whore.
band, and I feel ashamed.
I'm gonna go with Goat Whore.
Push Job Endeavor,
Job
Frank Gotch, George Hackenschmidt, Jim Landos.
Oh god,
All
the
right, I'm gonna
pioneer.
push George, Job Frank, and Endeavor Jim because I have no idea who Jim Landos is. Sorry.
Same here, so I'd probably say the same.
I'm
I know Scott's gonna be like, "How dare you guys?"
He is
I'm
one
actually-
of the greatest wrestlers to ever grace the
I'm gonna
1920s.
endeavor. I'm gonna endeavor George. I'm gonna.
You're gonna
push-
Endeavor George?
Yeah. I'm gonna push Jim and I'm gonna drop Frank.
You sound like you know Jim on a personal level. Hell, let's push this.
Baphomet or Infestor. That's tough.
Baphomet.
Probably Baphomet.
I guess Baphomet by default
because
because
there's
of,
more.
Because that one song that you made me listen to. Oh wait, no. That's Horns of Baphomet. That's no.
Yeah,
never
from
mind.
Akerkaki, yeah.
Akerkaki. Yep, my bad.
Wrong Baphomet.
Yep, my
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, we're talking about the New York
The
death
bands,
metal
yeah.
Baphomet, yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
I'd have to go Baphomet because there's more in their catalog where Infestor only had the one.
We have one album.
Scarface or Goodfellas? Probably Goodfellas.
I'll go Goodfellas. Scarface is good, but I think it's overrated.
I'm gonna go with Scarface.
Nostradamus or Beloved Antichrist? Nostradamus easily.
Isn't that
Nostradamus.
the Therian album that's like 3 hours long?
No, let me look. Therion.
I could have swore there was an album that was like 3 hours long. I'm like, fuck that.
Yep,
Priest
it is.
Nostradamus.
It's 3 discs, 3 hours.
Fuck
Yep.
that. Yep, Nostradamus, even though I'm not a huge fan of that album.
Push Job Endeavor. As a manager, Ricky. As a manager, Scott. Or Boss as a manager, Ricky as a manager, Scott as a manager.
Well,
I
you
would
know-
push.
Scott.
I would push Scott,
Push
Job,
Scott.
Ricky, Endeavor, Boss.
Well, no. You gotta push me off a cliff as a manager. We're going to job Ricky because Ricky can take a punch, and we're gonna push Scott because Scott. Yeah, Scott is Scott. Put Walt there as well.
M16 or Carnival Diablos. I gotta go M16.
M16, my favorite
M16.
thrash album of all time.
Soylent Green or I Hate God. Probably I Hate God, even though
I
I'm
Hate
not
God
a
by
fan
default.
of either.
I haven't
I
listened to
Hate God.
Soylent Green.
Me neither. Bethlehem, Dark Metal, or Forgotten Tomb, Springtime Depression.
Where
Not
the hell are
familiar
you
with
getting
either.
these names from, my good sir?
Ooh,
I
Now
know.
we're
I've heard of Forgotten Tomb.
I've heard
Now
of
we're-
them, but
Bethlehem, I've not. So
now we're going
I've
some.
heard of them.
Now we're going some depressive suicide black metal in a way. I'm gonna
No.
go with Bethlehem.
DSPM.
I'm gonna go with Bethlehem because I know
This is
Bethlehem
boom.
more.
This boom. Yeah, neither.
Simpsons or Futurama?
Simpsons. All
Honestly-
day
Even though I'm not a
long.
big fan of either, I have to go Simpsons.
Honestly, Futurama. I just think Simpsons have really ran their course, personally.
Ooh, Green Jelly or Mr. Bungle?
Mr. Bungle.
I gotta go
Mr.
Mr.
Bungle.
Bungle because it's the trippy, weird shit that Mike Patton comes up with. And that last Mr. Bungle album where they just re-recorded their early Raging Easter Bunny, the Wrath of the Raging Easter Bunny demo, which is essentially a better Slayer album than Slayer in the last 10 plus years. So yeah, I have to go Mr. Bungle.
I'll take your guys' opinion.
Even though Green Jelly's fun. Swallow the Sun.
Yeah, Follow the Sun. Of course.
Hi,
Follow the Sun.
Ryan.
Shimano
Ryan.
Triangle's pretty good.
Morbid Angels, Heretics Overhated. Yeah, I would agree. There are some good songs on that album. Enshrined by Grace is good, but yeah, the production's ass.
It's one of the more forgettable albums. It is.
Mary Poppins versus Singing in the Rain. I gotta go Mary Poppins.
You can't go wrong with Mary Poppins, dude. You can't.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Every time I think of Singing in the Rain, it reminds me of that scene from Clockwork Orange. If you know, you know.
Oh, God. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a weird fucking film.
But yeah, I'm gonna go Singing in the Rain.
Saint Vitus, Die Healing, or Trouble Manic Frustration.
Hmm.
Probably by
Listen to
default. Probably by default, I'd go Trouble. Damn it!
I'm gonna go with Die Healing, and that should be it for me because I have to go to sleep because I have to work early tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna end the stream
Yeah,
right there.
I'm
Well,
getting
real
tired.
quick, we'll
Yeah.
just answer the remaining ones real fast.
Yeah.
Brutal Planet, Alice Cooper, Angry Machines, Dio.
Brutal Planet.
Brutal Planet, underrated.
Aaron
Coffins.
Machines is good, though.
Coffins or Hooded Menace. Hooded Menace.
I haven't listened to
Hooded
both.
Menace,
Children of the Grave or Over the Mountain.
Children of the Grave.
Children of the
Or Angel
Grave.
Covenant or.
Oh, you
Oh.
motherfucker.
I have notch. I'm going to bleeding.
Bleeding.
Covenant. My bad.
Somber Lane or Slaughter of the Soul. Slaughter of the Soul.
Slaughter of Soul. Loves
Slaughter.
Covenant, you know.
Slaughter.
Ace of Spades or Blade Sabbath. Blade
Ace.
Sabbath.
Ace
of
of
Spades.
Spades.
Familiar with the Chasm. I've heard of him,
Chasm.
not listened to him. I need to.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then Hornside from Scott. Okay, that's going to do it for tonight's stream.
Okay,
Thank you guys who
bye.
tuned in for this. But until next time, keep your horns high and dreams fun. Bye.
Bye.